And we online. Hi guys. Today we are watching some simple videos about life, AI, and drinking like coffee.
В третьей части я научу вас этому с технической стороны. Плюс в конце будет небольшой бонус, поэтому смотрите внимательно. Ну что, давайте узнаем, получится ли у меня вас убедить, а вы потом пишите в комментах, получилось или нет.
Yes.
Я всегда, как и подобает.
Watch this. Сейчас бы я отдал многое, чтобы посмотреть на свои детские видео, которых уже нет. Может, видео, которые я снимаю в 30, станут настоящим сокровищем для меня, когда мне будет 60. Yeah. Oh.
Я всегда, как и подобает настоящему мужчине, касался камеры. Да, я из тех людей, кто все время кричит не фоткой, а когда собирается какая-то большая компания и хотел сделать групповой селфи, и я говорю, да не, давайте я вас сфоткаю. И готовясь к этому ролику, я решил найти свое самое старое видео, которое вот у меня есть в быстром доступе. И вот оно. Да, снято всего несколько лет назад. И, конечно же, у меня были какие-то более старые видео, но ключевое слово здесь были. Потому что, во-первых, я не особо их хранил, и покупая новый телефон, я просто стирал все, что было на старом. Второе, да, я все время считал, что это, для девочек. Себя там как-то поснимать, пофоткать, это, не для меня, потому что я же пацан, я и так пошел на сделку с совестью, когда установил Инстаграм. Это уже просто ни в какие ворота. Тем не менее, мой папа, например, всегда снимал нас на камеру, когда мы куда-то ездили, и в основном это были, конечно, какие-то путешествия. В те времена это были кассеты, потом появились CD-диски, и вот все записи всей моей жизни, начиная от садика, школы и заканчивая каким-нибудь там поступлением в институт, они просто где-то остались на этих кассетах, которые никто из нашей семьи уже даже не знает, где они лежат.
У моего отца был этот фотоаппарат. Снимал он, видимо, в те времена не очень было приятно снимать, что ли. Вот. Кого-то снимать или самому заниматься этим делом, но у него он делал на пленках. Пленочный фотоаппарат был. Соответственно, когда он хотел, получается, распечатки тогда не было, и компьютеров не было. Единственный способ посмотреть на фотку — это либо вот так вот взять пленку и посмотреть на что-то на яркое, и то там цвета инвертированы, либо их нужно было проявлять. Я вообще не в курсе, как это делается. Там, типа, у нас старые времена, какие-то прям в начале 2000-х, я просто видел эти такие, как их называют, тарелочки, что ли. Туда насыпалась какая-то соль, что ли, там что-то разводилась водой, и туда погружалась эта бумага, на которой был сделан предварительно какой-то снимок, да, с этой пленки был сделан снимок на эту бумагу. Дальше ее клали в какую-то жидкость в красной комнате, и так и проявлялась эта фотография. Уже потом, в начале 2000-х, появились такие комбайны, такие огромные машины, куда ты просто закладывал пленку, там выбирал, какую фотку тебе нужно, и он начинал уже печатать. Ну, тогда уже были все эти принтера, были принтера струйные, да, которые краской уже печатали. Тебе оставалось просто попросить, и там за какие-то рубли, за 100 рублей там одну фотку тебе делали. Сейчас вообще надобности нету распечатать, их вешать некуда. А делаем мы эти фотографии 100 тысяч в год, что ли.
И вот когда я...
Да. маленькие добавления, вот во что превратились фотографии, вот в такие жесткие диски. Эти жесткие диски чисто для архива всех этих видеороликов, фоток. Никакой пользы они не приносят, кроме как архив. Таких у меня их штук два диска. И это все, на что я способен, так сказать. То есть денег у меня не было. Тут один из них 4 терабайта, один из них 2 терабайта. Были бы деньги, я бы их покупал бы очень много. Ну, что есть, то есть, к сожалению. Больше у меня нету. Есть SSD-шные диски, но они под архив пока не тянут, но я их тоже задействую под архив, потому что больше некуда девать те ролики, которые я снимаю с детьми, там, с семьей.
Вырос, и мне стало интересно вообще посмотреть на себя маленького, не только на каких-то фотографиях в альбоме. Я понял, что осмотреть-то и нечего. Мне кажется, что даже если какой-нибудь КГБшник решит найти все записи, которые обо мне...
Давайте маленький трюк, маленький совет. Даже если вам не будет интересно, найдется либо поколением на одно ниже человек, которому будет интересно, либо на 2 поколения ниже, может даже на 3. То есть ваши дети, внуки, правнуки. Всем будет интересно. Вообще следить за человеком, то, как он живет и поступает в жизни, какие выборы он делает, это самое интересное для поколений после. Например, мне было бы интересно узнать, чем занимался мой прадед, да. Не мой дед, не мой отец мне не расскажут об этом толком, чем он там занимался. А вот если бы сам гипотетически прадед бы занимался документированием чем-то, либо там фотки, то там мне было бы интересно почитать, как он мыслил, чем он жил, да, в те времена. Это 1900 какие-то времена там.
Не существует, он придет к выводу, что я резко появился сразу в возрасте 23 лет. И сейчас мне, конечно, очень жаль, что в моей жизни нет никаких свидетельств. Мне бы очень хотелось посмотреть на себя и в садике, и в школе, и на каких-нибудь морях, но что есть, то есть. Я считаю, что я хоть как-то вовремя опомнился, когда несколько лет назад я все-таки переборол вот этот стресс камеры и решил снимать свою жизнь. Не для того, чтобы завести...
Вот эта тема со стрессом, это вообще отдельная тема. Какого-то стресса нету, есть только какие-то ограничения, которые люди вокруг пытаются тебе навязать. Ну, есть еще, наверное, может, какие-то шариатские постановления, когда нельзя их снимать что-то. Но вот если мы это просто, так сказать, опустим, да, и вопрос подумаем о том, почему мы не можем, это потому что люди сами не хотят где-то выглядеть, люди боятся, что они будут как-то не так выглядеть или что-то не так скажут, и это будет, может, свидетельствовать против них там. Хотя это, в принципе, вместе с религией тоже очень сильно связано. Это причина, по которым нельзя их снимать-то. Ну вот для себя попробовать можно, да, то есть даже если вы собираетесь ударить, поснимайте, посмотрите, сделайте какую-то документалку, какую-то историю, которая рассказывает о чем-то. Вот, будет полезно.
И этот канал появился сильно позже. Просто для того, чтобы у меня были какие-то воспоминания о себе. Начал я это вообще делать просто фотографиями на iPhone. Потом начал снимать коротенькие видео, буквально пару минут в неделю или в месяц. После я, конечно, пришел уже и к такому формату, который вы видите на экране. Когда мне захотелось просто добавить в это все немножко творчества. Потому что я уже в тот момент довольно глубоко занимался фотографией. Я активно снимал все свои...
Тут какая-то пленка матовая, я не знаю, что это такое. Я не разбираюсь в фотоаппаратах и в съемках, но они вот сделали этот, как сказать, не вайп, старинные эти. Забыл это слово.
Важные этапы в жизни. Никому не показывал и не
Даже
показывал,
здесь
просто
используется
хранилось на
это.
2 SSD сразу.
И здесь тоже. То есть
доминировало
тут вот этот вот glow, то есть вот есть сам объект, и вот здесь вот рядышком идет некий glow, вот здесь тоже этот glow идет, обсвечивается туманчик, или как это называется.
с диска, просто чтобы они точно не потерялись. При этом я настолько вошел в этот процесс, что понял, что мне нравится снимать даже и обычную повседневную жизнь. И что мне не обязательно ждать дня рождения себя или моей жены для того, чтобы расчехлить камеру и что-нибудь снять, как батя на отдыхе. Нет, я начал снимать и обычные прогулки, и просто выходные, потому что каждый этап моей жизни обычно...
Вот эти вот походы, да, то, что это он снимает, как он там что-то смотрит, это если делать в одно рыло, это всегда пойти посмотреть, поснимать, как это тут выглядит, потом подумать, вот стоит вот сюда поставить эту камеру, взять вот такой ракурс и начать запись, а потом такой, как будто бы не ты ставил эту камеру и идешь, короче, и ходишь там, что-то смотришь.
Отличные прогулки.
Если в два человека, да, там еще куда ни шло, то есть один ведущий говорит, так, ты сюда остановись, я сейчас камеру запускает и давай. То есть это очень быстро происходит. Ну можно делать и в одно человек.
И просто выходные, потому что каждый этап моей жизни, он все равно важен для меня. У меня уже нет никого, кто возьмет камеру и скажет мне, так, давай, иди там в кадр, постой рядом с пальмой. Мне приходится делать это все самому.
Не сказал бы, зачем мне самому это нужно. Мне особо... Если мне самому что-то нужно смотреть, я просто смотрю и наслаждаюсь, да. Но вот бывает нужно для других. Когда ты знаешь, что это какую-то пользу принесет, надо было заснять это быстренько. То есть, допустим, сидите вы дома, да, и скучаете, вот, а потом вспоминаете, что вы были когда-то в горах, да, чтобы и не было такого, что вы никуда не ездили, никогда в этой жизни. Ты такой распаковываешь горы, и там, оказывается, мы там все были, наслаждались, там что-то кушали и лазили. Такое вот вспоминание, даже если вы сейчас не можете поехать в горы, у вас там проснутся воспоминания, приятное ощущение.
И мне нравится смотреть на то, как я меняюсь. Как меняются квартиры, в которых я жил.
То меняется, как я меняюсь. Это, конечно, вообще было жестко сказано, да. Это прям удивительно было посмотреть.
Меняются мои вкусы в одежде.
Но это нужен человек со стороны больше, я бы сказал, который будет снимать все твои повадки, то, как ты меняешь.
И мои эксперименты с причудами.
Когда это на детях, если перенести, то ты можешь каждый там месяц делать какие-то съемки, какие-то разговорчики, и вот у тебя накапливается такой огромный багаж этих роликов. Ты можешь взять и показать вот так вот ты рос, к примеру, вот так вот ты мыслил, вот так вот ты разговаривал. Полно роликов этих в Ютубе.
Прическами. И выбор оставить это только для себя или делиться этим со всем миром только за вами. Здесь никакого давления.
Так, и чат у меня есть тут. Чат, ты где? Чат. Ой, елки. Аналитика. Тут нету, да? Нет уже. Ты пока не разбираюсь толком. Приходится открывать видео, что ли, для чата. Вот, что тут пишет. Что ты там шуршишь? У меня есть огромный хрень, который затерялся в одном из HDD, которые у меня лежат. Я вот боюсь самостоятельно рыться в кластерах и все такое. Зачем в кластерах рыться? Кластерах этого жесткого диска. Слушай, тебе не надо. Тебе не надо самому. Отдай за деньги мастера. Можно ему как-то ответить? Нет, нельзя, да? Что? Блин. Я не знаю, как тут ответить. Ладно. Так, что там дальше? Вот эту штуку, по-моему, можно было отдельно. Да, все, я вытащу. Вытащу.
Снимать свою жизнь для того, чтобы потом это пересматривать и проживать какие-то моменты снова, этого будто бы уже достаточно для того, чтобы начать. Но когда я начал, я и подумать не мог о том, что это окажется настолько весело. Может быть, из-за того, что я занимался фотографией, мне сразу же стало очень интересно пытаться найти какой-то кадр, экспериментировать с цветами, искать красивый свет где-то на улице. И я понял, что брать каждый день...
Чувак просто нашел себя в этих фотографиях, больше ничего. Ну, не больше чего. Хватает этого. Молодец, конечно, если ему понравилось это все. Мне лично тоже нравится снимать, но я могу снимать очень много, прям очень много могу снимать по крупинкам, по всякой мелочи, да. Но в итоге нужно просто взять отдельный какой-то отпуск, чтобы смонтировать все эти вещи, там, показать какие-то смыслы, там, да, нарезки, переходы. И на это уходит прям реально много времени, чем на съемку саму.
С собой камеру меня мотивирует уже не то, что я хочу как бы сохранить какие-то воспоминания, а то, что я пытаюсь найти какой-то красивый кадр на улице. И, конечно, иногда нужно выключить камеру и прожить этот момент всеми фибрами вообще тела и души, но для себя я понял, что вообще я получаю в 2 раза больше удовольствия, когда снимаю какой-то яркий момент. Потому что, первое, я его и так проживаю, потому что все операции с камерой для меня стали уже просто чем-то там естественным, я даже особо не обращаю на это внимания. А второе, я радуюсь тому, что я смог запечатлеть какой-то красивый момент. Например, где-нибудь там возле красивого моря или в горе. Я действительно получаю кайф и от присутствия на этой горе, и от того, что я знаю, что потом у меня будет классный кадр с этой горы, который я смогу использовать в видео, показать друзьям, да и просто пересматривать его. И у нас у всех есть творческая искра. Все мы рано или поздно ныряем во что-то и пытаемся самореализоваться или как-то выразиться. Пишем музыку, учимся рисовать или занимаемся фотографией. Так вот, документирование своей жизни носит как полезную функцию, возвращаться воспоминаниями к каким-то моментам, так и способность самореализоваться. Потому что не всегда нужно быть честным. Здесь нет никаких правил. Никто не будет вам говорить, что этот кадр выглядит недостаточно реалистично, что солнце в этот момент было не таким желтым, да и как-то все слишком стерильно выстроено без людей.
Да, кадры снимаются не для того, чтобы их обсуждать, они просто есть.
Это ваше творчество, это ваше видео, и вам не обязательно задокументировать это просто вот с реализмом. Вы можете, например, показать, как вы
здесь
видите.
Какая-то цветокоррекция, что ли, какая-то очень-очень-очень неприятно. То есть тут очень сильно желтый, зеленый. Все остальные, к примеру, его синие, плохо видно.
Просто вот с реализмом. Вы можете, например, показать, как вы видите свою жизнь. Можете снять какой-то нуар-фильм своего выходного. Ничто не мешает. И еще раз повторюсь, вы можете как сохранить это для себя, так и делиться этим с миром. И поверьте, рано или поздно вам захочется делиться. Поэтому да, я считаю, что этим хобби вы убьете сразу 2 зайцев. Ну почему бы не попробовать? Тем более у вас, скорее всего, уже все есть для того, чтобы начать. И сейчас вы, наверное, подумали, что да, это все, конечно, выглядит классно, я бы хотел попробовать, но как-то это все сложновато. Поэтому нет, это сразу отмена. Бояться нельзя, в этом нет ничего страшного. Тем более, что есть я, и в 3-й части я помогу вам начать.
Я ему ответил, как будто бы у него там диск сломался, который затерялся. Если диск у тебя, рабочий, то просто подключи, посмотри, как себя поведет. Если он откроется, аккуратно начинай переносить. Желательно, конечно, иметь какой-нибудь ИБП, да, место, где... Не место, а условия, при которых у тебя диск не поломается, да, там не сбойнет. Вообще дело, или не дело, а хранение бэкапов — это отдельная тема. Нужно держать там в разных местах разные копии. Я бы тоже держал в разных местах, но у меня вот пока условия... Тут какая тема? Тут в 4 терабайта у меня как раз-таки лежит 2-терабайтный архив. То есть я туда перелил, и у меня здесь 2 копии. Вот. Но дальше уже новый материал уже просто девать некуда. Единственное, вот эти вот SSD-шки у меня есть. Буду туда пока выкладывать. Но я уже принял такую мысль, что надо будет сразу снимать, сразу монтажировать, быстренько выкладывать, чтобы потом не пожалеть о том, что в свое время не смонтажировал, не заархивировал или что такое.
Итак, первое и практически единственное, что нам нужно, это камера, на которую мы будем снимать.
Да, у него вот эта вот камера. Как будто бы не профессиональная тема, а именно туристическая такая вот маленькая штука и с таким объективом. Не знаю, я не разбираюсь в этих фотиках.
Камера, на которую мы будем...
Единственное, что вот то, что он говорит, начать, да, вот именно вот эта тема я не умею делать, презентовать себя, вот так вот держать, типа. Ух, это прям для моего SDVG, да, это прям выше крыши.
Будем снимать, либо телефон. Я практически все свои видео снимаю на Sony ZV-E1. И, конечно, на камеру снимать удобнее, картинка будет лучше, но можно абсолютно спокойно начинать с айфоном, и многие на нем и заканчивают. И второе, возможно, даже более важное, нам нужен какой-то штатив. Для начала мы можем ограничиться даже вот такими маленькими штативами, чтобы их, не так запарно было с собой таскать. Сейчас я поставлю вас, собственно, на него. Аккуратно. Но в любом случае, какой-то большой, пусть и легкий штатив, это одна из первых вещей, которую стоит добавить в свой виш-лист. Маленькие трайподы я тоже люблю, потому что когда я иду куда-то и не уверен, что я прям буду снимать, мне, конечно, не хочется брать вот это и выглядеть как профессиональный фотограф. Я беру с собой что-то вот типа такого. Потому что практически всегда можно найти какой-то выступ или стол, на который вот это можно поставить. И если вы снимаете на телефон, то здесь очень просто. Все, у вас все есть, дальше можете просто думать над тем, чтобы когда-то купить камеру, либо купить какой-то большой штатив для телефона, либо обычный штатив и насадку для телефона сверху. И если же у вас камера, то здесь все чуть-чуть сложнее, потому что вам еще нужен правильный объектив. Как вы, наверное, знаете, объективы бывают зумы и бывают фиксы. Так вот, по моему опыту, чтобы комфортно документировать жизнь, вам нужен либо какой-то широкий фикс, что-то типа 24 либо 35 миллиметров, либо еще удобнее какой-нибудь зум типа вот этого Tamron 2470. На него можно снимать абсолютно все, что угодно. Можно забыть на целый год о других линзах, но он большой и тяжелый, носить его не так уж и удобно. В данный момент я снимаю на новый зум от Sony 16-25. Это довольно удобно для вот таких каких-то влогов, потому что даже если я беру вас вот так с собой, я могу как бы держа камеру на вытянутом.
Ну, допустим. Ой. Раз элементами здоровья. О, дружище. Что тут говорить, с чего я не могла сидеть на месте, не могла спокойно фиксировать, та-та-та-та. Я вот начала вести визуальный дневник, не просто делать себе 50 фотографий, фото, та-та-та, стал гораздо спокойнее. Угу, хорошо. Помогает поддерживать чистоту дома, потому что это хорошо. Ну вот, короче, да, вот эта вот тема с расом, да. Как будто бы если побороться, то с этим расом очень попроще живется. Мне вот тоже сам надо сделать. Так, наша задача сейчас узнать, что он говорит про объективы.
16-25.
16-25 миллиметров Sony. Так, 82 тысячи рублей. Парам-парам-пам. Ну, жесть, чё. Прям, жесть, чё. Видеокамеры. Да, камеры всегда были дорогие, вот, всю жизнь. Да, может быть, подешевели чуть-чуть, но всю жизнь они были дорогими. Фотоаппараты. 717 тысяч, это очень дорого. Давай что-нибудь готовое, что-нибудь есть. ZV-1. Я смотрел ролик про ZV-1, и там такая тема, что там какой-то кроп. То ли кроп там очень нехороший, то ли... Может, это ZV-10 был или ZV-1, не помню. То есть очень плохая стабилизация там была, что ли. Вот снимает очень хорошо, но плохо со стабилизацией. В остальном, да, конечно, если деньги есть, то надо покупать по-любому. Но денег нет, у нас есть зато iPhone 14. Что у нас тут на местном рынке есть? Посмотрим быстренько. Загрузится? Нет? Нет? Нет. Sony посмотрим. Что у нас? ZV-10 кит 16-50 миллиметров. Тут 80 стоит. 60. С китовым объективом не использование распознавания небольшой обмен не предлагать. Тут 80, тут 60. Тут второе, видимо, поколение. Вот это 2i. Ну, ладно. Чисто боди 44. Ну, ладно, мне нужен фотоаппарат. Понятно, что там от 50 все идет. Нет.
Это довольно удобно для вот таких каких-то влогов, потому что даже если я беру вас вот так с собой, я могу, как бы, держа камеру на вытянутой руке, показывать вам довольно много контекстов, в котором я нахожусь. Так что если ваше документирование жизни отчасти похоже на влог, в котором вы в том числе еще и говорите с камерой, то, конечно, здесь какой-то технически сложно. А просто потому, что в первое время вы будете думать, что вот все то, что вы вообще можете снять, оно незначительно. Но это же не салют, это не поездка раз в год на море. Ну что здесь снимать? Поэтому вот в первую очередь именно с этим мы сейчас будем бороться. Мы начнем снимать абсолютно рандомные бытовые моменты, просто...
Зачем у него это вот эта татуировка? К чему она вообще? Что это вообще? Как будто это рыцарь или что? Или космонавт? Это человеку делать нечего.
Для того, чтобы набить руку. Я беру штатив, пересаживаю вас на телефон, поэтому качество картинки сейчас резко упадет, надеваю петличку и мы начинаем снимать. Итак, для того, чтобы практиковаться, нам нужно выбрать абсолютно любое занятие, которое мы довольно часто делаем. Это может быть готовка завтраков, чтение, там, не знаю, работа за компом, в общем, что угодно. Я, как пример, выберу работу за компом, потому что, к сожалению или к счастью, этого я делаю больше всего в своей жизни. Я беру штатив, беру камеру и ставлю на камеру зум. Это тот самый объектив, который может снимать и широкий, и узкий угол. Например, если у вас iPhone с 3 камерами, то, как правило, одна из этих камер широкоугольная, вот как та, на которой я снимаю сейчас. Вторая, она более узкий угол, порядка 50 мм, и третья, это что-то типа телевика, который вот прям совсем приближает. Вот этот объектив, грубо говоря, то же самое. Нужен он нам для того, чтобы понять, что такое разноплановость. Когда мы хотим снять эстетически приятный ролик, нам нужно придерживаться некоторых правил. И первое из них – это разноплановость. Мне кажется, этот термин и так уже говорит сам за себя, что это такое, но да, это чередование планов. И есть такое негласное правило внутри правила, что первый кадр, он должен быть вводящим в курс дела, то есть как раз таки широким и показывающим контекст. Именно для этого нам нужен широкоугольный объектив. И когда я уже придумал, что я хочу снять, а именно работу за компом, первым делом я хочу показать свою комнату, в которой я буду работать, чтобы вы, зрители, вообще понимали контекст, где я нахожусь. Поэтому я ставлю свою камеру, нахожу какой-то приятный угол, который мне нравится, и на широкоугольный объектив снимаю место, за которым я сейчас собираюсь работать. Итак, вот он мой кадр. Я нашел угол, с которым мне все нравится. Так как я буду снимать свою работу, здесь как бы все изи, я просто сяду работать. Я сейчас блокирую фокус на моем мониторе, чтобы в тот момент, когда я заходил в кадр, он резко не перебросился на меня. И сажусь, чтобы начать работать. Итак, первый план отснят. И так как мы придерживаемся правилу разноплановости, нам теперь нужно снять средний план и крупный план. Так что теперь я это просто повторяю. И хочу найти теперь какой-то средний план, например, вот отсюда, с этого ракурса. Окей, вот я нашел свой следующий ракурс. Как видите, он уже не такой широкий. Вы, как зритель, не видите всю комнату, но вы видите весь мой рабочий стол. Так что я просто немножко глубже погружаю вас в контекст.
Вот, ZV-1. ZV-1. Снова Авито. Просто интересно. ZV-1. $125 вместе с этим. Что это такое? Под какой-то. 130-ка. Клетка и охлаждение. Объектив не вижу. 125 чисто тушка. С объективом 185. Да ладно, вы что, ребята? Лучше куча айфонов понакупать.
Рабочий стол. Так что я просто немножко глубже погружаю вас в контекст. А я опять блокирую фокус примерно вот здесь, чтобы он не скакал туда-сюда. И этот план я начну с вот этого момента, когда я уже сижу за компом, потому что у меня уже есть ракурс, когда я захожу как бы вот сюда, сажусь за стол. Следующий план крупный. И здесь начинается как бы совсем творчество, потому что я могу выбрать что угодно из этого вот всего, что я хочу крупно показать. Хочу я показать, как печатаю по клавиатуре, либо показать что-то, что я открываю на компе. Это зависит от истории, которую я пытаюсь рассказать. Например, если бы это была история о том, как я работаю над каким-то конкретным проектом в Photoshop, то здесь бы я показал крупный момент, как я открываю Photoshop. Но, в общем, так как это просто пример, выберем абсолютно что-нибудь рандомное. И в качестве крупного плана я решил использовать часы. Мне здесь немножко недостаточно света, поэтому я положил RGB-шную палку и настроил ее по тону, по цвету, примерно как моя настольная лампа. Это называется мотивированный свет, когда он как бы не берется ниоткуда, а мы пытаемся симулировать что-то, что действительно существует. И кадр выглядит вот так. Поэтому теперь я просто нажимаю play, и мне остается дождаться того момента, когда цифры на часах изменятся, и именно его я использую. Вот, все, готово. После этого вы можете чередовать эти планы уже как хотите. Конечно, есть какие-то устоявшиеся правила, что нельзя прям скакать от крупного к совсем широкому, но это все ерунда. Можете скакать, делать абсолютно все, что хотите, все, чего требуется для вашей истории. А я сейчас также для примера продолжу снимать эту сцену.
Да Винчи. Что у него тут? Раз, два и три, да? Слои. И звук тоже он что-то тут делает. Какие-то переходики, какие-то слова.
Собственно, по такому принципу можно снять абсолютно все. И я очень хочу, чтобы вы все-таки начали это снимать. Я специально не перегружаю вас ни правилами композиции, ни светом, потому что мне кажется, что в начале самое важное — это просто получать удовольствие, чтобы было весело. Если вы будете пытаться удержать в голове все вот эти вот бесконечные правила, как можно, как нельзя, я думаю, что вам просто очень быстро надоест, и вы загрузитесь. Поэтому для начала даже вот этого одного правила разноплановости уже достаточно для того, чтобы начать снимать свою жизнь и
Собачка в шоке.
Главное — получать от этого удовольствие. Если же вам хочется углубиться в это сильнее и научиться снимать ролики более интересными, сценарно продуманными и красивыми, то у меня есть Boosty, на котором, собственно, каждую неделю выходит видео как раз на эти темы. Там мы учимся писать сценарии, боремся с алгоритмами YouTube и прочих платформ, придумываем темы для блогов, делаем их красивее, разнообразнее. В общем, вот это все, что связано с контентом, оно там. Так что, если эта тема вам интересна, то ссылка в описании. А сейчас, как я и обещал, в конце небольшой бонус, который немножко поможет вам замотивироваться и начать снимать свою жизнь чаще. Я уже не раз говорил, что вот эти видео, которые мы снимаем, их можно оставить для себя и ни с кем не делиться, и это абсолютно окей. Но я по себе знаю, что рано или поздно поделиться захочется, и чем раньше вы на самом деле начнете делиться, тем больше шансов на то, что вообще у вас это войдет в какую-то привычку. Поэтому в моем телеграме с подписчиками мы сделали небольшую традицию. Мы снимаем каждый свои выходные на камеру. Это может быть как фото, так и видео, неважно. И каждый понедельник мы делимся друг с другом тем, что наснимали в комментах. Это начиналось как шутка, но я даже сам заметил, что эта небольшая традиция помогла мне сделать собственные выходные насыщеннее. Потому что теперь я думаю, что, мне же в понедельник потом отчитываться перед ребятами, чем я занимался в выходные. Нужно пойти и все-таки найти себе какое-то очень красивое занятие, которое я могу поснимать. Когда участников этой традиции наберется очень, всем делиться друг с другом.
Ты включаешь камеру, и все. Вроде бы...
Так, я на 5 минут отойду. Хвалиться. Helvetica. Не знаю, почему он это. Set color. Нифига. ты. Все, пошли. Так, что, продолжим? Это можно вот так вот скрыть. Так, это не нужно. Сообщений тут больше нет.
Ты знаешь, что хочешь сказать, но слова не складываются, картинка не та, и результат в целом не тот, что в голове.
И ты
Шамхалов.
думаешь, что тебе не хватает хорошей камеры, подходящего момента, да и вообще пытаться снимать в одиночку тупая затея, и тебе просто нужен оператор. Я снимаю уже много лет, снимаю себя полностью самостоятельно, и через все это уже прошел.
Так что давайте с вами разберемся, как снять хорошее видео в одиночку. И я бы мог долго об этом рассказывать, но лучше один раз показать. Поэтому прямо сейчас вместе с вами пройдем весь путь от идеи до финального кадра. Весь этот текст, с которого я начал, и даже все локации, места, ракурсы, настроение, действия, которые я там делаю, это все заранее прописано и предусмотрено. И вот почему. Любое видео как дом. Нельзя возводить стены без фундамента, а крышу без стен.
Также нельзя монтировать, пока не отснят материал, нельзя снимать без сценария, нельзя написать сценарий, пока нет истории, историю не создать без смыслов, а смыслы не сформулировать, пока нет идеи.
Мы пришли к истоку. Все начинается с идеи.
Мяу.
Например, идея этого ролика – показать, как создается видео. Смыслы раскрывают идею. В этом ролике, а не в том, что создание контента – это и система, и творчество одновременно. Что нужно любить процесс, чтобы не выгореть. Что намного важнее навыки, чем техника и так далее. История – это контекст, сюжет и форма, через которую эти смыслы раскрываются. История этого ролика в том, как я создаю его вместе с вами. Сценарий превращает историю в структуру. Это текст, переходы, сцены, локации. Значит ли это, что абсолютно все нужно прописывать дословно и забыть полностью об импровизации? Конечно нет. Вот, например, вот эта вставка. Я просто начал рандомно снимать, ничего по тексту сейчас не прописано, говорю от себя, просто чтобы показать, что вот такие вставки уместны, и они, как по мне, делают видео более живым, естественным. А эта камера установлена и снимает меня. Итак, я выделяю 4 подхода к сценарию. Первый, а эта камера установлена и снимает меня. И они, как по мне, делают видео более живым, естественным, а эта камера установлена.
Это оператор? Чат. Это оператор, что ли? Камера установлена. На чем установлена? На стульчике уж поставили, что ли? Да, приятно вот так взять вот такое вот поле, что можно вот поставить стульчики и о чем-то поговорить, поболтать.
Итак, я выделяю 4 подхода к сценарию. Первый – полная импровизация. Вы просто...
Можно посмотреть, как у меня там. Тут нет. Говорить, поболтать. Да, нормально.
Включаете камеру и говорите. Правда, в результате это часто приводит к отходу от темы, к ненужным вставкам, к повторениям и сильно размывает сюжет. Второе – структурный подход. Нет полного текста, но есть четкая структура и ключевые тезисы. Такое видео уже последовательное и логичное, но будет не хватать четкости и плотности подачи. Третий – комбинированный подход. Это мой любимый. Вот все, что я сейчас говорю, даже локация, в которой я сижу, даже тот ракурс, которым я это снимаю, это все по сценарию. Но внутри таких сценариев я оставляю пространство для импровизации. Например, как вот эта вставка. То есть я просто указываю, что здесь будет импровизация, нужно проговорить такие-то тезисы, как именно я буду это говорить, вообще не важно. Пока у нас есть минутка, давайте покажу, как я расписываю сценарий. Я пришел к выводу, что для меня наиболее удобный способ — это таблица в виде базы данных в Notion, в которой есть текст, озвучка в кадре или за кадром, место, локация, где будет производиться съемка каждого кадра. Далее обстановка, ее описание, если нужны какие-то нюансы, каким кадром это все снято, дальний, крупный, мелкий и так далее. И вся эта таблица, то есть сценарий этого выпуска, как он выглядит, вы можете посмотреть. Ссылка на телеграм-канал внизу в описании, поэтому переходите, смотрите. Там же будет шаблон этой таблицы, чтобы вы могли взять себе и также использовать для того, чтобы собирать свои сценарии. И четвертый подход – полный сценарий. Так снимается кино и другой наиболее качественный и профессиональный контент, в которых даже импровизация, если она есть, это отрепетированная игра актеров. Со сценарием разобрались, сценарий этого выпуска у нас готов, а когда готов сценарий, значит можно приступать к съемке. И прежде чем приступить к съемке, первый вопрос, который у нас возникает, а на что снимать? Не буду грузить вас техникой и цифрами. Это видео не обзор. Все, что вам нужно знать, есть 3 уровня в оборудовании.
Вот эта тема, когда ставится высоко камера, вот так вот под угол, на тебя смотрит. И положение такое, что я такой высокий, что для меня это будет не очень красиво. Я думаю, наверное, снизу будет еще чуть-чуть получше или там наравне. Кстати, байк хороший.
Первый базовый минимум. iPhone, штатив, петличка. Картинка уже будет отличная и звук качественный. Это покроет 80% задач, и с этим уже можно получать киношный результат. А если вы не можете сделать красивую картинку с этим, то поверьте, дорогая камера вам не поможет, честно. Средний уровень. Камера, объективы, свет, фильтры и дополнительные крепления. Это даст гибкости в съемке, пространство для креатива и возможность снимать в более сложных условиях. И третий, продвинутый уровень. Экшн-камера, дрон, студийный микрофон, автомобильные крепления, стабилизаторы, слайдеры и прочее. То есть любое дополнительное оборудование под конкретные специфические задачи. Главное здесь реально покупать технику под задачу, а не просто потому, что хочется. Несмотря на то, что у меня очень много техники, 90% моих съемок проходят вот с камерой, штативом и петличкой. Все, этого достаточно. Более того, даже айфона достаточно, на который я вот сейчас себя и снимаю. И сейчас объясню почему. Готовое видео на 20% зависит от качества изображения и на 80% от качества кадра. Качество изображения — это разрешение, динамический диапазон, цвет и другие технические характеристики. Их дает камера. Качество кадра — это композиция, свет, глубина, ракурсы и много других аспектов. Вот их не дает никакая камера, их дают ваши навыки. Вот сравните, кадр справа снят на iPhone, но он явно лучше, потому что правильный свет, композиция и глубина. А в кадре слева все нарушено, хоть он и снят на профессиональную камеру. Процесс съемки — это рутина, сложная рутина, потому что, чтобы один кадр снять, где вы одну взять на лицо сбоку, мягкий и объемный результат. Во-вторых, замечаем и ловим моменты, когда свет падает необычно и интересно. Второе — композиция. То, как объекты расположены в кадре. Правило третей. Главный объект на пересечении линий, а горизонт по линии. Центральная композиция. Объект по центру. И здесь важен баланс. Не перегружаем одну сторону, располагаем объекты равномерно. Но если заранее планируем разместить в пустой части субтитры, то эту сторону можно и перегрузить, потому что титры ее уравновесят. Симметрия. Используем локации с четкой симметрией и располагаем себя по центру. Глубина. Добавляем передний и задний план, чтобы кадр не был плоским. Третье — разноплановость и креатив. Дальний план, средний, крупный, макро. Их важно комбинировать, так интереснее. Кадры снизу или сверху, в рамки из других объектов, от первого лица или даже от лица какого-то предмета. Как снять от лица предмета, показываю со стороны. Просто крепим одну камеру, на которую снимаем. Относительно того предмета, который снимаем, в данном случае это у нас тоже камера большая, крепим жестко на какое-то крепление. Здесь у нас Small Rig Magic Army. И получается, что когда мы двигаем эту камеру, та камера полностью повторяет движение. А теперь погнали ставить следующий кадр с учетом того, что я сказал. Берем камеру. Композиция у нас такая. Она будет центральная. Я буду сидеть на мотоцикле. Солнце с той стороны, но здесь тень. Солнце светит вон в те стены, и оттуда мягкий свет падает сбоку. За счет вот этих направляющих линий справа и слева достигается глубина и сбалансированность картинки в целом. Проверяю абсолютно все настройки по всем показателям, туда мы сейчас лезть не будем. Беру микрофон, потому что я буду говорить в следующем кадре, и запускаю отсюда видео, убираю телефон в карман, начинаю говорить на камеру. Четвертый пункт — цвет. Всегда снимаем в логарифмическом формате. Он сохраняет максимум информации и гибкости при корректировке. Хорошая новость в том, что в логарифмах снимать умеют даже айфоны последней модели, и делают это очень хорошо. Если на простом языке, логарифм — это такой сырой формат видео, который выглядит вот таким серым в оригинале, но который мы можем покрасить, и он будет смотреться вот таким. Этот кадр снят в обычном формате, не в логарифмах. И я нахожусь относительно в тени, а сзади меня очень светлый участок, который освещен солнцем. А вот это тот же самый кадр, но снятый в логарифмах и переведенный в обычный формат REC 709. За счет более широкого динамического диапазона мы получаем выше качество и четкую детализацию во всех участках картинки. И смотрите, что происходит, когда мы начинаем делать какие-то коррекции. Вот здесь я опускаю светлые, и качество картинки не теряется, и здесь детализация увеличивается. Но если я здесь буду пытаться опустить светлые,
то здесь просто все становится серым, и также темные участки становятся темными. Если я попытаюсь здесь осветлить темные участки, то картинка просто станет серой и потеряет все цвета. На этой картинке я могу затемнить светлые, поднять темные и сделать чуть контрастнее. Картинка остается такой же качественной. Также у меня есть большое обучение, это более 20 моих уроков, дополнительные материалы, чат поддержки, будучи тебя ну и с красивой архитектурой, логичной и с душой. И вот несколько важнейших вещей, которые делают монтаж действительно хорошим.
Первое – ритм. Идеальный ритм – это органичное чередование динамики, темпов и пауз, которые служат содержанию видео, то есть помогают передать его интереснее и глубже.
И этот ритм, кстати, мы тоже прописываем еще на этапе сценария. Когда мы пишем текст, мы представляем, и в данном случае мой шаблон, он это также учитывает. Здесь указано то, как этот текст проговаривается по настроению, а также планы, которые от сути.
И звуки.
Это не просто эффекты в рандомных местах, в них должна быть логика. Чем более незаметная и реалистичная склейка, тем лучше. Например, сейчас я продолжаю говорить с вами с другого ракурса, но мое движение головы началось в прошлом кадре и продолжилось в этом, как будто это непрерывный процесс.
Хотя на самом деле между этими кадрами прошло пару минут, пока я переставлял камеру.
А переходы, они должны быть в тему и соответствовать общему стилю видео. Например, вот этот переход вообще не в тему. Ни по стилю, понятно почему, ни по смыслу. Потому что я сижу в том же месте, говорю на ту же тему, и здесь просто неоткуда и некуда переходить.
Третье. Музыка. Подбираем звук. Обработка голоса.
Увидеть. Поэтому пробуйте. Практика учит.
Фух. Короче. Давайте в тему этого HomeLab перейдем.
Networking to a different part of the house. This was done in part to give me more room for more network equipment and servers, but adding everything
Прям нравится мне у людей, прям куча места, можно поставить целый вот этот стеллаж.
I want to my setup means things might get very hectic and unorganized very quickly. Now, none of
Это какой-то этот Джонс Боб, по-моему, что-то такое. NAS.
this equipment is very big or designed to be mounted on a full-size server rack, so it doesn't make any sense for me to pick one of those up, but lucky for me, a smaller server rack form factor, which is probably the most popular mini rack available today, and while DeskPi did send it out for this video, I'll be giving my honest thoughts on it. And it's also important to note it's not the only option on the market in this form factor, and there's even fully 3D printed options available. These two can actually be off-the-shelf mounts. With that being said, all of these super clean 3D printed build-outs I've seen online, the library of compatible mounts is growing every single day. To print out all these parts, I'm going to be using my X1C from the sponsor of today's video, Bamboo Labs, and in the hundreds of hours, but for me, I love X1C is definitely one of Bamboo Labs. For slot number 3, I decided to put my main switch with
10 портов, 2,5G, да? И еще 8 портов, 2,5G и 2 порта 10G, которые, наверное, комбинированные из 2,5, но так как они SFP.
which is this Giga Plus 10-port one I've been using for almost a year now and has been working fine in that time. Now unfortunately there's not any mounts for this available online, so I took a Blink 1U cover plate into Fusion 360 and used my very basic CAD skills to design and print this mount here. The first attempt did end up in what
Просто заметьте, какая тема человек. Человек снимает видео, монтажирует эти видео. Так вот красивые истории. В 3D принтерах разбирается и сам делает моделирование. Вот. То есть человек прям инженер.
Blink 1U cover plate into Fusion 360 and used my very basic CAD skills to design and print this mount.
Он говорит basic CAD skills. Окей.
Out here. The first attempt did end up in what has been only my second or third failed print in hundreds of hours with the X1C, having this slight layer shift, but it wasn't the end of the world because I realized I needed to include an opening for the side vents, which I added and printed in version 2. This isn't perfect, but it's good enough for now. In a future version 3, I'll probably tighten up the tolerances a bit, add a pass-through for the power cable, and we'll utilize the grounding screw in the back as a way of more securely attaching the switch to the mount. But again, this version 2 is fine for now, so I loaded it in and attached it with the included screws and washers. And it was definitely cool seeing the first piece of hardware go into the rack. Below this and working from there. Mount interfacing. With that being said, I want to eventually have this display a dashboard with run it. It gets kind of expensive plate on the back of the rack. I'm going with this rack. See the $120 for you guys as an example. The board itself along with a dual slot in the description. So yeah guys, I think it's time to wrap this video up.
Ничего у него на столе не было, и хопа, целый рэк появился.
Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, consider giving it a thumbs up and
Мониторчик хорошая тема, честно. Прям какую-нибудь маленькую графаун туда поставить и мониторить все.
subscribing. And as always, this is Matt from Tech by Matt, signing out.
Imagine having a tiny computer on your desk that does
Ой, что это?
building even has a hidden slot.
Блин, это слоп. Что у нас тут происходит? Vitality против Aurora и Na'Vi Parivision. Когда это будет? Скорее всего, эти будут часок-второй. Потом эти. Успеем, короче.
В последнее время все только и говорят, что об AI-агентах. Они есть специализированные, например, Claude-код для программирования, а есть, так сказать, общего пользования, как OpenClaw, например. OpenClaw в какой-то момент вообще стал самым главным приложением, которое когда-либо создавали люди. Но, по крайней мере, если судить по звездам на GitHub, у него больше 260 тысяч звезд, а это абсолютный рекорд среди всех программ. Будь рантайм моделей. Я использую Lemonade. Вы спросите, почему Lemonade? Да, потому что он умеет, во-первых, работать с разными процессорами и видеокартами, а во-вторых, он сразу из коробки поддерживает и аудиомодели достаточно простые. На Mac и на Windows у вас есть. И здесь вы можете добавлять и удалять модели. Смотрите, так как я запустил на Mac, то у меня здесь не поддерживается аудиомодель, но я обязательно устанавливаю себе такую модель. Мы с вами скачаем ее. Для этого мы бот, мы в нее переходим, делаем npm install, потому что нам необходимо установить все зависимости. Дальше мы копируем config example в просто config.json для того, чтобы с ним поработать. Открываем его, например, в nano. И здесь нам надо исправить несколько мест. Ну, во-первых, нам нужен токен для нашего телеграмма. Поэтому мы идем сейчас в Telegram, и там есть отправлять сообщения нам. Дальше различные настройки того, нажимаем редактировать. Вот. У меня на виде для поиска, для взаимодействия с сайтом и, например, с погодой. Я могу спросить, what's the weather in Amsterdam? Бот, видите, вот мой запрос. Всего единственный за все время что опрашивает погоду. Вот надо чат, то, что я общался еще для чистки. Также с таким же успехом я могу остальные мои почты от бота или OpenClaw.
Такое себе, конечно.
Тему рынка IT, моих страхов и решений, которые я придумал, основываясь на страхах карьерных. Если смотреть на меня как на айтишника на бумаге, у меня все отлично. У меня хороший опыт, у меня замечательный стек популярный, у меня классная команда, задачи классные, замечательные. Сейчас и огромный 40. Он хорошо справился с техническим интервью. Я прошел первый этап собеседования, прошел быстрее.
Какой план Б для разработчика? Вот просто скажите мне. Какой план Б? Никакого плана Б. Если рынок весь сдулся, разработчик, он не сдался, и его код не нужен. Разве что ему надо переходить в другую лигу, типа создавать целые проекты. При этом эти проекты никуда не пойдут. Все, что может, это, наверное, продать эти проекты какому-то другому игроку, у которого есть бабки, покупать проект, но который не хочет брать разработчиков. Вот, поэтому остается идти вот в такой вот ва-банк, да, отдавать свое время на какой-то проект и надеяться, что он все-таки принесет какие-то деньги. Как только заработаешь, приступать к следующему плану, имеется в виду, к следующему проекту, чтобы потом еще заработать, и все. И не каждый разработчик может себе такое позволить. Не у каждого есть какие-то идеи, не каждый хочет, не каждый разработчик хочет создавать какие-то проекты. Многие из тех разработчиков, которым сейчас по 40 лет, это люди, которые любили писать код. Вот. Любили писать абстракции, какие-то классы, объекты, тому подобные вещи. То есть для них программирование — это в первую очередь написание кода. Да. Это сейчас у людей, да и 10 лет назад началась эта тема, ну, может, еще раньше, что перестаньте кодить, а научитесь создавать какие-то проекты, да, там, улучшать кому-то жизнь, автоматизировать бизнес. Сейчас и это схлопнулось, потому что любую мелкую вещь можно сделать через ИИ.
А потребности, которые должны покрываться, ну, тоже растут, а вакансий становится меньше.
Самая печаль в этой истории то, что этот самолет, да, или корабль пусть будет, с разработчиками идет в одну сторону, а жизнь, она уже идет в другую сторону. Им уже не по пути. То есть надеяться на то, что сейчас появятся вакансии, сейчас деньги восстановятся. Да, деньги восстановятся, а зарплату станут, как и прежде, уже все. Скорее уже надо очень сильно переходить в другое русло, чтобы хоть как-то выжить. При этом все молчат об этом. Прямо вот это меня очень сильно настораживает. Все молчат, делают вид, как будто бы у них есть подушка, которую они накопили там за 5 лет программирования, и они могут еще 5 лет прожить на этой подушке. Не могут. У людей нет денег. И непонятно, на какие деньги они живут. Прямо меня очень сильно удивляет. Я сам без работы. Без работы уже больше полугода. У меня подушки не было.
Нет. Как решение выхода из карьерной ловушки — это поиск.
Карьерная ловушка. Ну, типа, вакансий было X, а стало 10 раз меньше. Это типа карьерная ловушка.
Альтернативного источника дохода. Для меня альтернативным источником дохода на данный момент является развитие в направлении инди-хакинга. Инди-хакинг — это когда разработчик придумывает свой продукт без команды. То есть работает в одиночку, он сам себе разработчик, сам DevOps, сам менеджер, сам маркетолог. Сейчас у меня уже есть 3 расширения для браузера. Одно расширение уже начало монетизацию, подключил. Второе в процессе подключения монетизации. Пока как таковых результатов нет, но считаю, что двигаюсь в правильном направлении. И как совет тем, кому сейчас не 30, где-то только 25 лет, я считаю, что сейчас самое лучшее время. В условиях того, что так клево развиваются все эти и-агенты, курсоры, это начинать разрабатывать и развиваюсь в направлении инди-хакинга.
Связь.
Больше он не снял, да, Эвенюсей? Больше не снял видео. 2 месяца назад был последнее видео. Интересно, куда он делся. Чувак, я за ним давно следил, он занимался строительством домов, что ли, электрик он был. Вроде нормально так работал. Потом перешел в QA, да, и вроде, видимо, работал, а потом в конец его взяли и сократили.
Добрый день, уважаемые коллеги. Добро пожаловать на очередной подкаст. Сразу извиняюсь за картинку. В этот раз я не слишком сильно напрягался. На самом деле такая интересная история, что на протяжении многих достаточно лет я пытался писать подкаст на зеркалке вместо стандартных там айфонов и экшн-камер и так далее.
Вы посмотрите, Максимилиан Шварцмюллер. У этого чувака я купил курс по Flutter. Очень хороший курс на Udemy. И он еще в Ютубе, короче. Продвигается он в Ютубе, какие-то видео скидывает. И вот он пишет: It was more fun before AI.
И всегда получалось очень плохо. Почему это на зеркалке, у которой там типа должна быть офигенная картинка, там глубина, резкость, бла-бла-бла, все в этом духе, почему на ней получается плохо внезапно? На самом деле тут основная причина то, что глубина резкости, на самом деле, к которой вы все привыкли на айфоне, ее не так-то просто получить на зеркалке, потому что зеркалка, она, как сказать, там матрица больше, и поэтому, когда вы зажимаете картинку, то у вас как бы глубина резкости при зажатой диафрагме становится существенно меньше. Поэтому вот я сейчас сижу, и камера ко мне направлена, я понятия не имею, в фокусе я или нет, но я думаю, что по сути дела это не важно, потому что главное это, естественно, какие-то, голосовая составляющая, которую вы, наверное, где-то включите в фоне вместо того, чтобы смотреть на мое лицо. Я сам устал смотреть на свое лицо, мне кажется, там ничего интересного нет, только бесконечный процесс старения, а также отражение того, что я, возможно, не слишком хорошо или не слишком эффективно сплю, и поэтому у меня постоянная такая отечность уже хроническая годами, и с этим как бы ничего не сделать, к сожалению, или я не знаю, OpenClaw — это, по сути дела, такой бытовой агент. То есть, если агенты типа кодекса — это агенты в основном для программирования и написания, соответственно, рабочих систем, хотя, строго говоря, они могут браться и за любые задачи, то OpenClaw — это такая более широкая штука, суть которой в том, что это агент, который будет интегрироваться с вашими более бытовыми системами. То есть, у вас, например, есть какой-нибудь email, долго лежит у вас в корзине, то она становится дешевле. Иногда она становится прям, не знаю, там в 2 раза дешевле, и ты так, опа, а что это было? А тебе пишут там, скидка 51% еще следующую неделю. В общем, это все можно трекать, и опять же, если у вас есть какой-то агент, вы можете просто закулисно смотреть за всеми вот этими вещами, потому что, оптимизировать косты, просто не переплачивать за что-то там, а именно вот оптимизировать все вот эти темы. И OpenClaw, это просто вот конкретный пример того.
Ставить целую эту систему, если честно, очень страшно.
Что OpenClaw умеет. То есть
Откуда тут 5 сообщений? Мне еще знать бы.
If you have a job right now, this is the safest time in your life to start a YouTube channel. Not to become an influencer, not to chase views, but to future-proof your income. Layoffs are accelerating, AI is compressing roles, Entire departments are being restructured or replaced, and most professionals are completely dependent on one company deciding whether or not they're still needed. In this video, I'm going to show you how to turn your experience and your skills that you have built through the work that you do into a scalable asset so your income isn't tied to one employer. Not as a side hustle, as leverage. If you're thinking, I just don't have the time and I'm not ready, or I don't have a big audience, perfect. This works specifically because you're actually employed, because your job is funding your expertise. So in this video, I'm actually going to lay out the 90-day roadmap of how to implement this for yourself to turn your job into your own business and share real world examples of how we've helped people do this before. So if you want to implement this for yourself and to help you take action on what we share inside this video, comment monetize below this video and we'll send you the playbook to monetize on YouTube from day one. It's completely free and you can access it on demand. Now, let's talk about why your job is actually your unfair advantage. Your job is paying you to build your future asset. So every problem you solve, every system you improve, every challenge that you navigate, you're building expertise. But employment pays you once for that expertise in exchange for time. Ownership pays you repeatedly in exchange for structure. So Josie is a really good example of this. So Josie works as a faculty member at a well-known university. Her income was cyclical. It required a lot of her trading her time for her money. There were seasons where she would barely see her family because she was working such long hours. And it would be these overwhelming few months and then kind of nothing. So she then narrowed her focus and turned all of that footstep bidding. And you can focus on real transformation instead of fast cash. So your job is not a distraction. It's actually insulation. So there's no need to rush to quit. Now here's where most people waste that advantage. They think the answer is to just go ahead and share their expertise online. And yeah, that can be a fun little game to play for a little bit, but you very quickly
Hi, I'm Max. Maybe you know that, maybe you don't. Maybe you saw some videos of me in the past or heard some of my episodes, since this is also published as a podcast. And this episode here may come as a surprise, or maybe not. I don't know. But I have two hearts pounding in my chest when it comes to AI, and I have mixed feelings about AI. And yeah, I guess many people have that, but if you take a look at the content I publish, at the videos I share, the courses I share, I created courses on Claude Code and Codex, and I got a sale right now if you want to get access to all my courses, which include many programming courses too, of course, then you certainly could feel like I'm all in on...
Как будто бы он тоже пострадал от того, что не покупает курс.
AI. And AI is everything you should care about as a developer. And yeah, I am pretty much kind of all in, which I guess is not the definition of all in now that I think of it. But yeah, I'm pretty bullish on AI. And yeah, I think as a developer, you must be able to use it if you want to get a job, for sure. If you want to keep your job, for sure, employers will expect that. And even if you don't care about jobs at all, AI tools like Claude Code can give you that speed boost. They can make you more productive. It certainly feels like that, to me at least. At the same time, I'll be very honest, AI has these very depressing aspects and moments. And I'm struggling a lot with that, and I know many of you do too. You can read it everywhere, in comments below the videos, on X, lots of blog posts. It's super challenging. And don't get me wrong, I am using tools like Claude Code all the time. We recently relaunched Academind.com, built that a lot with AI, with help of AI, I mean. Same for Build My Graphic, Max Draw, all these projects and bunch of internal tools built with help of AI. Steered by me, controlled by me, reviewed by me, but built with help of AI. And then, of course, there is the entire part where you could use AI to vibe code, utility programs, internal programs. I'm using AI heavily on my machine or the remote servers I'm managing with the PyCoding agent, for example, which under the hood uses my Codex subscription, to do all kinds of stuff, which I don't necessarily know how to do, or I don't have the time or willingness to figure out right now. I mean, for example, just a tiny example, I have a new mouse. Wow, big news. And the mouse wheel was inverted, so basically working in the opposite way than I expected it to. And I found no way of changing that on my Mac. I would have to install the software by the manufacturer of the mouse and register there, and it didn't feel like that. So I just asked AI, I asked Pi running on my Mac, hey, can you figure out a way or write a little program that intercepts the mouse wheel of that mouse and just inverts it? And yeah, sure enough, it was able to do that. Is that a program I would distribute or sell? No, but it got the job done for me. So AI has these exciting and enabling aspects. It's great for learning, for helping you with learning, for asking follow-up questions. It's also great for not learning anything at all, to be honest, if you just use it to get the answers or the solutions and you don't care about why something works, like I did with my mouse program there. So there's always the danger of using it just as a shortcut and getting dumber and dumber. But it has all these aspects, and it can make you more productive for sure. Feels like that to me. But I'll be very honest, it can also be super depressing. And I've shared that before, and that is what I meant. Maybe this video, maybe this episode is surprising, maybe it's not, because I've shared that before. I genuinely liked writing code. I liked learning new technologies, new frameworks, new programming languages. And AI is taking that away from me. And yeah, of course, fundamentals stay important. Understanding the code that gets written stays important. So you still have that learning aspect, but it's not the same as it used to be. And the writing code part is definitely going away for me. It's not 100% away yet, but it's totally different than it was 2 or 3 or 4 years ago, of course. And that is really sad and depressing. Because you can tell me all day that it was always about solving problems, that it was always about building stuff. Yeah, no. It was always about enjoying what I do. And I genuinely enjoyed the part where I just got into the flow and wrote code and now, relax, solved problems. But by coming up with solutions in code, by trying different solutions. And if you're a developer and you started before AI, you know that feeling of working on a problem the whole day and then figuring out the solution the next morning whilst you're in the shower or right when you went to bed and trying it out and making it work. That is super, super exciting, or that was super, super exciting. And yeah, I don't have that anymore with AI, because sure, you still control and steer AI, but I don't own the code anymore that gets generated. And yeah, you also may get lazy and just accept some solution instead of the best solution, or some workaround around a problem instead of a proper fix. And the entire art of crafting code and implementing solutions there and building up a program step by step like this is gone. And of course you still do that with AI. You build a program step by step by prompting for the different pieces, but my work has shifted from thinking about a problem, writing the code, improving the code, and so on. It has shifted from that to writing specs, reviewing specs, having AI generate plans based on specs for the implementation, for parts, and for wrong. I want to re-emphasize.
Да, это печально.
mean, I feel like also we just have the four most deserving teams off of the quarterfinals yesterday. You saw some great stuff from Paravision. They really laid the pressure on Falcons.
Yeah, that's it, right? Now that we have entered our Saturday, we've gone from a top 6 to a top 4, and we're going to be knowing our grand finalists in just a mere number of hours. And now it does make me wonder, Dupree, last week in Copenhagen, when we were looking at our Nova shots, you were pretty all in on a couple of teams.
Hand it to me. You know,
You had to
this
go
is Master
back.
Shell at this point.
Our portfolio was looking a bit weak, but we got a lot of blast coins to spend there.
Coming into the segment, we did sell a bit of our Spirit stocks, also the Falcons, since they're not part of the tournament anymore, so it did make sense. We're sitting at 610 blast coins to spend, so if you at home want to be playing a little bit of this prediction game where you can win real money, I think this is time to just pay attention. And you know, Maui, I think we should be looking down to this one, because I'm seeing a stock of Paravision right now that sits where I want to be spending more money.
Ooh, okay.
Where you did? It disappeared from me. Where did we go?
Either way, I mean, I'm totally in agreement.
You got it, right?
I get
it.
The value on it was way too good to pass up on this one. It was, what, relatively inexpensive compared to a Navi team, and so, yeah, we're all in on it.
We're all in on it.
We're
We just go all in on this
Let's
one.
get it. Let's get it. Well done.
This is a classic.
Boom, bang, bang,
Oh, wow. It's Maui is the one that's pumping it there. We're going all in there for Paravision. They're going to be playing later today, okay? They're going to be going up against Navi, which means we mostly really want to focus on what's happening right now in the Ahoy Arena, with a lot of fans now piling in and dividing the room. You already talked about it. Aurora had some good cheers, but Vitality had the most noise made for them. And I'm not going to say cheers, because it was split right down the middle there.
Oh, I mean, it was something that you can tell that this audience is really just getting totally fired up here. And the thing is, though, Vitality fans, they do have to worry. You are seeing an Aurora team that is powering up. The fact that Madger has gone back to the drawing board of how he wants to construct defensive halves for his team. You saw how vicious they were against the Mongols. They were practically the most airtight team yesterday in the arena. We saw Xantares with his usual heroics, but Woxic has just this coolness about him when he goes into these interviews, the way that he's been on these stages dozens of times in the past, and the shining star for me, Wycadia. Every time they need an X-Factor moment, this guy is stepping up. Despite being 21 years of age, you would not know it from how comfortable he has looked in these kinds of moments. And a little shout out to Faber, because we don't talk about this guy enough, but every single time they went for a timeout, felt like the plans were picture perfect.
Already signing autographs as you're walking in. The crowd's going crazy for you. You live for environments like this.
Exactly. Like, we are so excited to see these people here. they're not gonna stop for sure. But yeah, it's good.
Сложная инженерная задача. Антенна. Для стабильной передачи сигнала нужен элемент определенной длины. Кинетический переключатель N-Ocean. Безбатарейный выключатель. Датчик черпает энергию для своей работы, искажающий свет. Нажатие на клавишу включать. От энергии света, от энергии разницы. Окей, хорошо. Пьезоизлучатель.
Good. But we're not sure about what they're gonna veto because we all both have the same permaban, and they know we're not gonna remove Enchant ourselves. So it's just a question of what they're gonna ban themselves because we beat them 2 times on Overpass. So let's see how it goes. But I think yeah, it can be. It will be a good match. Anyway.
Lots of talk and anticipation in the air about this specific semi-final when it comes to picks and bans. Of course, as our desk alluded to, both teams have Ancient as permaban, so which team will ban it first? We got a game of chicken here live in the Ahoy Arena. Let's get into it. Let's find out first Aurora's first ban. All right, it's Overpass. Mixed reaction here. Next, Anubis from Vitality. Okay. Ancient still in the mix. Let's move on to picks now. Aurora pick Inferno. And Vitality, they pick Nuke. Gets a big pop from the crowd. Okay, back to bans. Who's banning Ancient first? Let's find out. Aurora does 2. All right. There's 2 potential options here. Vitality ban. Ancient. So Aurora wins the game of chicken there, with the deciding map being Mirage. Will we see this played out to a potential full 3? Do we see Aurora with a little bit of an advantage here after this map pick, or a Vitality just too damn good? Let's find out.
Yeah, this morning I just said like, guys, we are playing the best team in the world, yes. but if 5 people today, I need like 5 people to playing good individually. If we can succeed to do that, I think we have chance to beat them. They are human, like they are not robots, so they beatable, and we already did it in the past.
We're favorites on many aspects. The first one is, yeah, we get used to play on stage, and we won a lot of stage, so we know how to deal with that. Aurora has been improving massively the last couple of weeks, months. They went in final in Pro League, they're in semi-final, they just keep delivering. So I think it's going to be a tough game for us.
I'm not going to lie, like they're the best team in the world, of course, so it's going to be hard for us. But I think we did our preparation good, and all left to us is, I think, shoot hard today.
Obviously, playing Aurora is always dangerous, but we just need to be focused on ourselves first and be focused on what we can bring into the server and be able to play good CS. So that's gonna be our main goal today.
Yeah, a goal that, of course, feels like it is just the most obvious thing to say, but you really do have to focus up when there's so many moving parts around you. And we're going to go back, talk a little bit about that, Vito, because it came down all the way to the end. Vitality were the ones that took out Ancient, even after Apex said, like, I don't think we're going to ban it. We're not the ones that are going to do it. It's going to have to be Aurora, but they were forced into a corner, and they ended up buckling under that pressure, at least in the Vito.
That was actually one of the more interesting vetoes we've got from the playoffs here. So to actually see Aurora go the entire distance and not ban it, despite what happened last time the two teams faced off against each other, I would say that's what they need. They need these little tricks to try to tip the scales in their favor in what is obviously an incredibly lopsided matchup in terms of calling out Vitality as the clear favorites.
There's no doubt that the Vitality map pool, when you go up against them, is just so good that it's hard to find a way to go, right? Because you've seen it in this particular matchup now, that the fact that we don't get to see Overpass, which is the map that they picked against them last time, they just go for Dust 2, which is their combo pick. And when it comes to the third map, I think it actually, Aurora can't really afford to be the ones banning out Ancient, because that would just solely ended up with Vitality getting Dust 2. And if you get both those maps in map pool for Vitality, then you're just gonna lose straight up hand. I think Aurora, with this map pool they've got right now, Inferno is a map they always want to be playing into. It's their comfortable pick. Wasn't really a surprise for the Vitality guys either. So at this point, I mean, it's not open, not at all. I still think it favors Vitality greatly, but I mean, with what they had to work with, I think it's a fine standoff.
Well, let's keep talking about Vitality. We saw Aurora yesterday. We know just how clean they were, how sharp they were there, but we're wondering Vitality, they're not a team that isn't able to come back after a break. They took a whole tournament off, so it feels like these 4 days of not playing shouldn't really affect them like we might have seen some of the teams yesterday.
Vitality get to watch on as the other quarterfinal rages, as Xtaz and Mad and Apex get to formulate a plan. And given that the roster's construction is just, this is the most elegantly put together team that we've ever seen in CS. And because of that, they can always mix and match. They can always tailor their gameplay to an Aurora team that every consecutive match they play, and even with Aurora looking sharper, it just means it's more data for the Vitality guys to download and then just tailor make a game plan to defeat.
And it makes perfect sense in my book for them to take like a break, because they make deep runs, if not winning the tournament every single time. With my time in Astralis, that's also something we prioritize, because we know how difficult and hard it is to keep traveling and keep making deep runs. It's like you barely have time to practice it, but you actually want to prioritize going home, feeling more rested, and coming to tournaments with that energy that you need to actually go forward. And with the past results of Vitality and how good they're looking, they're also just in a position where they are allowed to do that, right? It's not like they're gonna be all of a sudden looking like a worse team when they get back from that week's of vacation. So, I mean, I think it's the right way to play your cards. I think they have set them themselves multiple times as well. But overall, I mean, Vitality is just looking as sharp as ever. And it's something that we're still trying to find that one team that is the closest to beating Vitality. And I don't think it's going to be Aurora.
Wow, okay. Degree's kind of just already putting it out that you don't think it's going to be Aurora, but we saw them yesterday and they looked good there. I feel like there is a lot of confidence that can come into it where you're just like, we were so good yesterday. We're aware of what Vitality is able to do, but we also know that there's more within us.
The thing that's so impressive about Aurora is that last year they were a team in the first season that won 7, or they made it to 7 consecutive playoffs, but they didn't win any games in those playoffs. They would always get to that quarterfinal, semifinal, but then they could never actually do it on stage. But this is a different Aurora. We have a round here that shows just how they've actually adapted some of their play to just kind of be more well-rounded. This is something I was asking from them for all of last year, where they went for this total 5-man deathball strategy. But now we're seeing an Aurora team that takes space. They take top banana control against Furia in this round here. They pressure for that map control, and then they reroute. They go back towards A after a big nade exchange between both of the teams, and then you start to see mid-rounding. This is, again, something we just never saw from Aurora last year, where the T-sides actually have a lot more depth, that they're not so one-note, that whatever they outline in the beginning of the round, that's not necessarily where they're finishing, because now they take bracket in this round, and with a great read from Wycadia here, he tucks into the smoke on this arch side here as Fury are going for a re-clear towards middle, and then look at the pounce play that he makes on Fallen as he catches him with his nades out. Fallen was none the wiser. This was a great Furia team coming into this tournament, but the way that Wycadia, Aurora now read the situation, they recognize they killed one of the B players, and now they make their way all the way back towards B, which they've already cleared out towards Banana, by the way, and then they're able to go for crunches like this. dupreeh, to me, this is where Aurora looks different in 2026. We are seeing just tactical upgrades for the team.
I think that's the difference that we've been looking for a long time for them, because you can get far in tournaments by playing all the system, playing this 5-man deathball, because that's the one you think you work off, right? But once you get into the deep playoffs, semifinals, even grand finals, you need to rely on also making calls on the fly, adjusting, and also letting your players work out of intuition. And all the in-game leaders that I've worked with and all the coaches that I've worked with, they know exactly how Aurora plays. So if you're so set that this is the place that we're going for, then you also got to be making sure that you develop throughout the tournament.
I am just getting really excited, by the way, that we're getting ever so closer. You guys are really hyping up Aurora, whether you truly believe they have it or not. I do think that this is going to be that close series. And I'm also just hearing the Aurora fans getting more and more excited. Like, they can feel it within themselves, too, that we're getting ever so closer to seeing the teams come out on stage. They just want to be able to see Aurora put it up to Vitality. And so I do ask the question, you've highlighted all of these amazing things that Aurora has improved on, the things that they've been able to do for themselves. But when you really look at it on paper, in this atmosphere, where would they be able to have a good start and a good showing against Vitality to make those fans happy?
Well, I feel like I'm really glad that the veto starts with Inferno as the pick, because to me, Vitality are creating another streak right now. They've got their 17-map win streak, but this is a map that Aurora has shown their own streak on. They've won 6 in a row on it. They look extremely comfortable in terms of the calling, the way that they've actually upgraded their style in general. And also, I just feel like on their CT side, even if they don't get everything done they need to on that T side, they can put forward a rock-solid defense too. The way Woxic is just so aggressive that he can get into the faces of opponents. He always finds ways to shave off oncoming Ts. And I also feel like Wycadia is just such an incredible late-round player. I think that right now, he has the best overall read of anybody on Aurora for live game, and I just think that they need him to be, I don't know, take like 10 scoops of creatine today. Okay, just like all the supplements, okay, some fish oil, just get everything to this guy, some caffeine, nootropics, anything, because if he's in his bag, he can be a difference maker in particular rounds.
Well, I'm hoping he doesn't need all of that. Maybe just hearing the cheers of the fans for them is enough to get it, because it's going to get louder as our players are getting one step closer to walking out into that stage.
Playing on stage is very unique. You're playing in a large stadium, which is very unreal still.
Having this sensation when you're on stage in front of a lot of people.
Definitely affects the way that you play, in a way that you'll have pressure, you will have the noise, the fans.
You need emotion to play this game, but you have to control this emotion.
Control this emotion.
I think I do have an advantage playing on stage, but understanding why. The crowd makes louder noise.
Oh, he's holding!
It's bring new things. to adapt yourself.
Here's some guy. You look like Vitality fans over here. Guys, why are your team the best in the world and are going to win again today?
Because we have the best player in the world, ZywOo, of course.
Oh.
What do you think? ZywOo. ZywOo. All right. I'm heading back up here one more time. The players are standing behind this huge stage right now, and they want to hear you. So if you are ready for the first semi-final here, Rotterdam, make some noise!
Welcome to the stage, Aurora, Wicadia, Xantares.
Так. Окей. Назывался в тема. Не Элексия, как-то по-другому. Не Айрон. А, это и есть. Инкус. Чё не снимает?
Flame Z. Mezzy. Era-defining champions. You will find no quarter here.
There is so much noise in the Ahoy Arena at the moment, whether it's for or against Vitality, for or against Aurora. There's one thing you can't deny, Maui. It's got a lot on the line for a semi-finals when it comes to a crowd.
Oh, the fact that the streak is alive for Vitality, that you got lovers of their team, haters of their team, and the Turkish fans, I can barely hear myself think when I'm anywhere close to those guys.
It's lovely to have, this kind of atmosphere. And Aurora, they need this atmosphere to help them carry them over the finish line if they're even supposed to have a chance against Vitality. I tried my hardest to try and find a positive edge where I could see like Aurora has an edge in this game. And the only thing that I found is that it's a best of 3. And if you go in the best of 3 against Vitality, it's a better shot than if it's a best of 5. And then also their flash assists. That was like those 2 things that I could find where I would give them a positive edge. So they have a hard one on the line here.
They really do. We're seeing it now, Vitality doing their huddle. We've seen it before. They come out onto stage and they haven't been shaken before about what a crowd thinks of them. And I wonder, does that stand strong? Are we going to see another impenetrable Vitality?
Probably.
Probably.
There's no guarantees in Counter-Strike, but one of the reasons for that is just the way that they are so well oiled. The fact that even their superstar in ZywOo doesn't take a breath of oxygen more than he needs to out of this room. They all play off of each other. They are so consistently on top of each other. The teamwork is so exceptional. That's why the comparisons to the era-defining Astralis have constantly persisted, because the way that they have perfected CS, we've only probably seen once ever in our lifetimes.
It's a discussion that we got to be having maybe coming into the Cologne major. If they can bounce back and get that third back-to-back, then I think it's a conversation that we need to be having on this. That is for sure. But this is the playground of Vitality. You know, this is where they play the best brand of Counter-Strike. When we saw them in Copenhagen, I wouldn't even say that we saw the A game of Vitality. They had a very close series against Paravision, but this is where they thrive. This is where they play their best Counter-Strike, and it's not only because of their individuals. As a team, they just function, and they love the energy, the atmosphere of playing in an arena. That's what they're fighting for, and that's where they've gotten all their titles. So it's a game where Vitality is just, at this point, so much better than the rest of the teams that they're just looking to hoist trophy after trophy, and it seems like, at this point, it's more of a sub-goal of them winning trophies, because they want to cement themselves as the greatest of all time.
Look, we've talked about it before, time and time again, of Vitality as that team, ZywOo as their star player, but this year, this event, there's been conversations about a rising of a second star player in Flamesy.
It has been incredible to see Flamesy in 2026. If you look at ZywOo's 2022 numbers, they're practically identical. So if you already thought that it was unfair having ZywOo on your team, what about having two ZywOos on your team from different years? That's what we're talking about now with Vitality, and how the firepower is just so well distributed.
It's straight up impressive to see what Flamesy's doing in his roles and what he brings to the team. The amount of space that he manages to create for the stars in that team is unheard of, and I don't think we've seen something similar since Dong actually got here. It's something that Vitality's playing off, and they're so good at utilizing him in those positions, and it can be on both T sides and CT sides where he gets so much job done. And if it's not Flamesy, then it's Robs. You know, Robs have dipped a little bit in form, but then Flamesy have stepped up. And that's the beauty of having a good Counter-Strike team, that you will have players stepping up individually and having different forms in different periods when it's needed the most.
Well, we're talking about two players to look out for on the side of Vitality, but on the side of Aurora, where should our eyes be going? Who should we be looking for to have that early start and that strong start for Aurora?
Well, I feel like Wycadia has become the hot new star for Aurora, but I feel like it would be a mistake to overlook Xantares. And the thing is that there's questions about Xantares now. We know that he has a bit of a hand injury, that he's working through that sort of pain, and we also know that sometimes in big playoff moments, sometimes it's the grand finals, but it could be the semis too, he'll have a little bit of a dip in performance. Aurora cannot afford a dip in performance from their entry fragger today.
I don't think they can perform a dip in performance from anyone. I think they're a team where they have to play almost up to S-tier level to actually have a chance of beating Vitality in this given form. I don't think there's a chance where you can have one guy even, or at least not two players, dipping out of form and, you know, playing worse than he usually does. Of course, you got to be looking at the stars of Xantares, but also Wycadia, but we have to see a lot from the entire team that they need to have a slightest chance.
I also don't even want to overlook Badger. I feel
on my thoughts when I think of a team that had their flaws, had their issues, but working through them. And
There are
Aurora has
issues
struggled
with the
maybe
Steam
making
network.
changes here and
Okay.
there to try and fulfill the things that they felt was lacking. But that is also the key to Counter-Strike. You cannot just make changes all the time and just expect it to be better. You also got to work your way through it. And Aurora has done so, and it has looked better. But I still believe that there is still a massive gap for them to fill before they even can be on the tip of the stage lifting trophies. Because lifting trophies in Counter-Strike, when you have teams like Vitality, teams like Furia, and even teams when, well, if let's just say the Spirit plays better, then it would be a very difficult task.
I'm playing my own sort of mini game here in the arena while you guys are discussing what's going to happen when we do eventually get into the server, and it's every time a player is shown, is the crowd going to boo them or cheer them? Which individual is pulling more of the crowd's personality out there?
Robs is a cheer.
Me?
Robs is a cheer. Oh,
cheer
yeah.
for Robs, that's a good one.
Why wouldn't you?
Oh, Madra, that's got a big cheer on the other side of the booth than where we're standing from the Aurora fans.
definitely more polarizing Aurora in the past. They got their lovers, but they definitely have their haters.
I want to get a picture of Apex Eska. I want to get people's attention and, you know, a little bit of a temperature check on this guy, because he is a guy that you can love and hate. Personally,
See, wait, gotta listen for it. Mostly boo is a
It's a boo at the beginning.
in all honesty, you love and hate him, right? I mean, I play alongside him. You know, I also had a love-hate relationship with this guy, because he can be awesome to have in team, but you can also at points feel like, oh man, will you just shut up for once?
It's actually, the fans put on a veil when it comes to Apex, okay? They'll flip him off in Austin, but as soon as he wins, it's all applause, okay? They can't hate to watch you and all be gathered here in this arena.
No, totally true. It isn't like that at all. And it brings me so much pleasure to say that you don't have to wait much longer to either cheer or boo for them at the end of this, because right now it's a best of three that stands between either Vitality or Aurora making it to the grand finals.
Ahoy Rotterdam, welcome to the semi-finals. It's going to be Aurora taking on Vitality, and for the Turkish squad, the road to the grand final runs through the #1 team in the world, Vitality. And right now, beating them feels like an insurmountable task. They will be praying that ZywOo doesn't show up to this semi-final, and if they're not, they fucking should be. Some way, somehow, ZywOo just keeps getting better and better with every tournament he attends, and he's on track for yet another MVP medal. The first map will tell us everything we need to know, whether David can hold a candle to the Goliath. Rotterdam, let's light up this arena. General Anders, take us into battle.
Yes, Henry, we are ready. Yesterday was electric, and today you are one win away from getting to the grand finals. Everything is once again on the line, and we'll see Aurora start on that T side, looking to get a bit of information. But this is a ruse right now. They want to take this banana control. The bomb, that's the big clue at the moment. It's on the other side of the map. Flashes around the corner. Flamesy starts it up, and he is cutting them all down. The entire plan has gone down the bin at the moment. It's just Wakadia left. What a way to start here for Vitality.
Well, that's what you love to see. Aggressive, in your face, and precise at the same time. Everyone contributing there. A double kill for Flamesy, as Wakadia, the young star for Aurora, has nothing left to say about this one. 5-on-1. Best he can really hope for, Anders, is a couple of kills. Maybe the bomb plant has got the C4 in his back here. But Vitality looking for the perfect round, and they might just get it. A couple of kills exchanged, couple of shots coming through, but it looks like we are done here. It's a clean sweep. As Robs confirms the round, it will be Vitality going up 1-0, denying the plants, and Aurora. Nothing picked up there, completely shut down, didn't even get any control towards Banana, and it's all about this flashbang. Perfectly set up, nothing they could do. Look how blind they were, and it's that precision from Flames that wins them the round.
That is so sick. I'm glad we caught the flashbang there on the replay, because you're right, that is the thing that set it all up. I think they took a combined 18 damage in that round, Vitality, so hardly even had to break a sweat to get this one going. And the second round, no bomb plants, but they still invest into this one. Tech-9s and 2 MAC-10s now leading the charge towards the top of Banana. Into the fire they go, trying to see if they can find any entry at all, and they will take down Flamesy.
Ой, хорош.
You know what? This is not as bad as it started. There is a way for them to break through on this one. The bomb's going to be planted. and they've even stolen an M4 on top of it here. So now Vitality are put to the test early.
One of the most difficult bomb sites to retake in all of Counter-Strike here. Starts with Mezzi. He's done a great job of that. P9 mowing them down. Wakadia remains. He would have to do something very impressive. Cowering in the corner as Rops hunts him down, Anders. A good round, a good effort there. Most of the money invested from Aurora. They get a couple of kills and the bomb planted. Doesn't have to be the full eco going forward into the next one.
Yeah, if it looks silly what Wakadia was doing, he's hoping that all three of them are retaken from the church side.
Exactly.
So it's not as silly as it seems. It's not like he's scared or anything. He was a big risk no matter what. And he was hoping all three of them will wrap in from this side. Cool round for Mezzi. I still think he doesn't get quite enough credit, but I guess it's very hard when you're on a team with ZywOo to try and steal some of the headlines. But I think he's such a rock-solid player, single-handedly trying to keep British Counter-Strike alive. Doing a pretty good job, if I might say so. Third round here, and we're not going to have a lot to play with, unfortunately.
Yeah, not absolutely nothing, though. You can see Xantares has the MAC-10, the helmet, Wakadia, Tech-9 and armor. Problem is, these rounds have been so convincing, so clean for Vitality. They are starting to build up a nice reservoir of cash. You're expecting them to win this one, but we'll see whether any further damage can be done from the Turkish squad here. 5 on 5 for now, Anders. Woxic will try his luck with the Desert Eagle towards top of middle, but Vitality are giving nothing away. Soulfly offers himself up for a freebie. ZywOo will devour the first. And now, not really much left to be said. You're hoping for a Xantares miracle round with that MAC-10. Apex looking to get stuck in here as well. He's going to be finding an advantageous position.
Just стрим подвисает.
Takes down his rival in-game lead up. Wakadia in a lot of trouble as well. It's another clean sweep for Vitality. They go 3-0 here, Anders.
This all matters, right? They did a good amount of damage in the previous round, but then this one, not a single casualty on the Vitality side. And what that means is that the CT side will bounce right back on that economy. It would have been great for Aurora had they been able to pick up a couple of kills in this last round. A little bit of a funny smoke there, but ultimately it's not going to change a thing.
Just forgot to jump, I guess. All good, though. First gun round is underway, ladies and gentlemen. Aurora will have AKs across the board. Woxic about his trusty AWP, currently 1 and 3. We'll have a look at the overall setup and approach from Aurora. Just running the depot right now. It'll be Xantares battling his way through that banana. He takes so much damage on route. His round is pretty much over, Anders. And this is the problem. Vitality are the absolute masters of util in the entirety of CS2. No one does it better than Vitality.
On a map like an Inferno as well, it's so brutal when you start the round like this. You know you're going to get close. You're probably going to get grenaded again at some point here. Wakadia, we talked about him as the guy who could maybe make the difference. If he can play the kind of game they did yesterday, it could be interesting once again. They're in the middle. They will check it. That's a big turnaround. Wakadia, he had his back turned at the start of the fight, but he takes down Mezzi nonetheless. The bomb is at the bottom of the T stairs, so they're not going to jump on this bomb site right away. They have to go back and pick it up.
Really excellent work there from Wakadia. Really sinking his teeth in this tournament, becoming one of the true stars of the squad. So reliable, so precise. A 180 kill to open things up. They have taken heavy damage en route. Early smoke from Flames towards the top of Banana allows Apex to rotate in here. So there will be 2 players to defend. 2 of the Turkish players are low as well. And in we go, Anders.
Yeah, Flamesy gets the first one, pulls out the incendiary, but they're right in front of it. Soulfly, you had to get that kill. It might not be enough here. Flamesy, can anyone shut him down finally? He gets doused in the fountain, but it's too late. Apex had already shown up, and Vitality, yes, they lost a player early on, but they were right there. The rotation from Apex, perfect timing. The defense looks rock solid again.
This is the pick of Aurora, bear in mind as well. You get an opening kill like that. That's great news, but everyone was so low. Flames is having one hell of a run. The last few tournaments, he looked so clean, he looked so calm. So much damage, sets up his in-game leader. Look at all the damage and kills found by Apex to close things out. Maximum loss bonus at this stage, and we've got Tech9s. Wakadia's gone for the hero AK, 2 and 4. And that's top fragging after 4 rounds of play. It's not ideal, but maybe he can do something with this one.
The thing is, we all knew this is going to be the test. You said it right at the start. The first couple of rounds will probably tell us a lot about how this game will play out. It's such a task that they had ahead of it. Everybody in the world's been saying it. There's Vitality, and then there's a big gap, and then there's everybody else in the world at the moment. And we're trying to figure out how big is the gap to Aurora, and at the moment it feels like it's a pretty big one here. Apex top fragging in the server with 7-1. They haven't even had to put Saiwu to play yet.
Right now, that gap feels like a canyon.
It's very true.
Let's see whether they can do anything with this one. Aurora, known for their poppy plays of the Tech9s. We'll see what they have up their sleeve here. It's going to be smoked down towards the library side, in towards the arch. Trying to find some spacing towards shore. An over-opening kill. It's Mezzi that goes down again. Flashbang going to be setting up Rob.
Hey.
Here. He's got the AK-47 in hand. He's got Zaiwu joining him as well. This rock-solid duo just going to town on the A-bomb site. All of a sudden, looks very comfortable indeed. Nothing but perfection here. Another clean round as Zaiwu confirms it.
Да, у них не был вариант. Так.
Gets himself a hat-trick, and we go 5-0. Vitality firmly in the driving seat right now.
Even in those small moments there, you see Saiwu and Robs, they never really overpeak. They're always backing into the corner. They use so few bullets, they don't have to reload. There's just 2 AKs on the other side, 60 bullets. It's plenty enough to shut down the entire attack. They're so efficient with every little micro moment in this. It's really sick, and it's very, very hard to overcome right now. Aurora feeling suffocated on Inferno, and we're just getting started. It's only map 1.
Tactical timeout, a much needed one, but this is where the game really gets going. You've got Woxic on the AWP now. Suggests we're to slow things down. They are finding the opening kills, Anders. That's the problem here. You're getting the 4 and 5s.
Right.
You're getting that kill on Mezzi towards top and middle. You're just not converting. Up towards that quad side this round. Just well too set up for Vitality. They got Robs, they got Zaiwu, 2 of the hardest hitting players in World Counter-Strike right now. With AK-47s in their hands, of course they're going to mow you down. We'll see if Aurora can get into this one. We need Woxic to find some impact here, because right now we've got 3 AKs on the CT side, and bear in mind, Zaiwu, he doesn't even need the AWP. He's looking so good at the rifle, yet to die. 4-0. Another round of play here. This time, Mago, the one battling towards the top. of the banana area. His teammates all the meanwhile working towards second middle, so a different approach. We're not seeing Zantares brute force his way up towards B. Gonna try and get some space towards middle with one of their star players actually having the health to take part in the round. Lads, come on. Got to be nailing these ones. No silent boost anymore. Big sound cue given away. The flashbang in towards the boiler room to set up Zantares. His signature peak. Normally finds one off this, but no one home.
Yeah, they're all the way there, and they've already heard the boost, so they know that someone could be peeking that boiler room. They definitely are aware. Zantares, he'd love a fight here that goes his way without too much damage as well. A minute on the clock. Bottom of Banana is being controlled by the smoke that's been thrown in there from the Vitality side. And Flamesy's got another one in his back pocket, so if they try to push him, unless they shut him down with the AWP, then maybe he could just fall back and try and do it again. He's actually playing with them so much, that's wild.
Such a nuisance. He's just showing presence there. Doesn't overcommit. Keeps the fear of God in them, trying to funnel them into that four-man stack, Anders. But they might not take the bait. I don't think they are at all. Gonna leave Zantares on the lurk. 4 players with a B execution here. Mezzi in between both bomb sites. It's down to Flames once again, changing his position up, this time playing behind the smoke, up close and personal, as Zantares hunts for one, and he'll take down ZywOo.
So all up to Flamesy right now. Could he actually stop them? He's got a little bit of backup towards CT spawn.
Looking good.
Flashbang coming in, it's right on top of them, but they do trade him out. Very critical kill coming in from Wakadi. Zantares, the other arm of the attack, he's gone. Mezzi was well aware that was coming in, and it's another 3v3 retake. Last time, admittedly, Aurora didn't quite have the weapons to hold on to the bomb site. This time, big opportunity. If they could have landed that one, I think they have the round. But now it's still on. Vitality, they do not want to give them a break. They want to take everything away from Aurora here on the stage. And Woxic, he needs a flick. He's not going to get that one. Another he goes down to Robt. Wakadi fighting towards that smoke. He can't see what he's shooting.
Ой, хорош. Ой, хорош. Это не разыграли.
It looked like it was falling apart once again. Maja, the unlikely hero in the 2v1 clutch. It was all falling apart. Woxic can't seem to hit a shot with the AWP. It was Mezzi that found one, and alley-ooped his teammate Flames to at least get one on the solo defense there. But Maja, massive impact here. Huge clutch towards the end, takes down Apex. They did need that desperately. The problem is, Anders, only one player survives. It means you enter with very little. 2 MAC-10s, a couple of AKs, and little to no utility after the initial barrage here. We normally talk about the apartment pops on these sort of rounds. You want to keep things quick, you want to keep together. Utilize that Wolfpack CS, and we'll see whether that's what they've got in mind. Hot flash being enabled here by Maja, trying to get some mid control, spotted by Mezzi as he'll fall back. Some decent grenade damage. Zantares battered and bruised as they make their way towards A.
Apex on the inside, rocks towards the pit. No one's even checking him. He's not flashed either. And now Apex joins the fight from the other side. The coordination between Rops and Apex just not able to break through at all. Usually, there's going to be a flash in the air. There's going to be a Molotov somewhere to try and push that pit player a little bit further back. For Rops, he had just clear vision. The flash is there to begin with. He gets that kill, and nobody else is facing him. He can just shut them all down.
This is just peak Counter-Strike from Apex and his boys. It doesn't get better than this. Every crossfire, every read, every setup, it just looks perfect. Another partial buy. 6-1 down in your own map pick. Considered to be slightly T-sided these days as well, Anders. You're operating once again the Wicardia AK-47, a few Tech-9s. A couple of flashes. Again, a miracle required. And I'm not sure they've got it in them. No one really stepping up here. You got new boy Soulfly 07. Woxic doesn't look like he's locked in with the AWP. Needs time to warm up. Waiting for the initial utilities to subside. I assume they'll be heading towards Banana once again. They know Flames likes to be aggressive here. He plays on the front foot.
Yes.
If they can take him down, overwhelm him with the Tech-9s, there's a chance to crack things open. But this round he is certainly not alone. Apex, who's playing incredibly well right now. 9-2 for the in-game leader. Another fantastic grenade. I can't stress enough how good they are with the utility. Very efficient, brutal with the HEs. Here it comes again.
Yeah, you're
Smoke's
right,
going
Henry.
down and incendiaries.
You called it. Another attempt at the B bomb site. More utility coming out. They're just bombing them before they even get close to it.
Ой.
Back there to Apex Incendiary, but they're on the site. It's not impossible here to win the rounds. Very tricky to retake it. AK in the hands of Centaurus. We haven't really had to call his name yet. But this is the weapon where he does the best work. And when he's really good, he might be one of the best in the world with it. So let's see what he can bring. Soulfly has yet to get a kill as well. This would be the clutch that they need. Otherwise, I think this first half is a complete wash for Aurora. They need to do something.
Ой, хорош. Ой, хорош.
You can never count him out. You know the absolute madness that he brings to a game. Ready to take this fight in the corner. I don't know why you're peeking that. That's so dangerous. But he does miss the shot, and they're not expecting it. So they take the fight to Sunwoo, and they bring him down.
Well, finally,
Разыграли за его.
favoring Aurora there. Felt like they didn't have enough to make their way in towards the B bomb site. Absolute chaos as they run through the smoke. The fire and flames. It's a Tech 9 to come out on top. Walsick goes down. They have the man advantage. They find the rifles. And all of a sudden, ZywOo, he's dropped. He doesn't perform another miraculous clutch here today. 6-2. Slowly but surely, Aurora are bringing this one back. It's still possible to tie this half up. And this will be the most important round yet. If they can win this one, they break the bank of Vitality. ZywOo on the AWP now, holding towards the outside. Slowing things down. Utility slowly but surely makes his way towards Arch. That will land in front of ZywOo.
Yeah, all of the standard utility fight here. That's everything. Mezzi,
So clean.
Flamesy again. The swing is in. They're just so good at defending it. This is a core part of the map. If the T side can't control Banana, then there's not a lot that you really can do. Rops has traded out. Soulfly, slow start, but he's found 3 kills in the last 2 rounds. The bomb, oh, they might push through. Mezzi, did he hear him step? He did.
That's the bomb.
He heard Madger's footstep. He decides to push through. And now ZywOo's on the other side. Didn't expect that, but Vitality, they look like they're just warming up. Doing a little homage to Stewie 2K with that one. Is Mezzi, Soulfly. He's on the hunt here, but the bomb is lost, and Soul just for the scoreboard at this point in time. There's not enough time, I think, for him to hunt down all the players, find the bomb, try to find a bomb site. He's battling against ZywOo.
Come on, kill him.
There we go. But there's only 24 seconds, so probably you can take the AWP here. You're not going to recover this bomb.
Let's see what he can do with it. Certainly won't be winning the round. Will they hunt him down, though? The money's not great for Vitality, as we discussed.
The fact that they don't pick up the AWP is probably an indication of what kind of a round we're going to be seeing next time. You said the ult makes you a bit slower. See what Madger's going to be cooking up if it's going to be all AKs.
Well, there it is, another convincing one. Nice work from Soulfly to keep Vitality humble. Round number 10 coming up. They need a few more, though. $3,000 on average. Soulfly doesn't get any further cash. This was such a nice little play there. The jump peek there from Mezzi gets the information, drive-by kill, and then the audacity to push through that smoke, find the bomb as well. Got a little bit awkward with ZywOo. Definitely made him work for the kill, that's for sure. He will be saving the AK-47. That is the headline. Soulfly will be working again with the Tech 9s, the MAC-10s, and Robs wants to take the game to them. Smoke down towards the bottom of middle, tucks himself behind it.
More damage the entire Paravision team combined. That's crazy. Just to answer your point, Henry, they're really good at throwing that utility. Rops, no one was expecting that. The smoke is suspicious. They'll find him.
Okay, bit of luck there through the smoke. We'll take it. And now it's Wakadia trying to find that gap towards the apartments.
Yeah, but look at the rotation. The entire Vitality team are here. There's nobody defending B right now. They've just called it. Oh, this is sick. Apex ahead of the game right now. And ZywOo with the AWP, they're walking into a bit of a fortress here at the A-bomb site. Not welcome whatsoever. Soulfly, he did very well last time. But this is asking a lot once again. A 1 versus 3, Henry. New recruit on the team. He's going to get the bomb plant at the very least. But they'll use that time to surround him. They're right on top of him here. Grenade in and Flamesy. It's an easy shot. A double kill once again. And an 8th round. Vitality proving why they are so far ahead of everybody else in this business. Aurora, it's been too far between these rounds. They needed to do more damage. They need to keep them closer. Every time they have a chance, Vitality get all the money back and they're ready to fight.
They have got Aurora in their pocket right now. And Another tactical timeout. They can feel their map slipping away. They are being outclassed in every facet of Counter-Strike right now. No one really stepping up. Maja with the best sequence so far in that 2 versus 1 situation to beat Bombsight. Apart from that, they've managed to win a Tech-9 round in towards B as well. There haven't been any real clean gun rounds going in their favor.
Just to say as well, the fact that flamez got the last kill there on Soulfire in the last round means Aurora know that they all 4 rotated over. They will have known, oh man, they were already all here. We actually walked into a 4-man stack in a 4-on-4. So just to add to the insult there that Maja's going to know, man, they're reading everything right now. They've got it on lockdown. A 2-8 scoreline here. Vitality, we all knew it was very likely this would happen. It's not over yet, but this is one of the big opportunities right now. On Inferno, Aurora, they could do some real damage, but they haven't got off the ground yet.
Let's see what they can do. It's Flames that's looking way too comfortable. He's the one dominating and dictating the pace over in that banana area, and it's such prime real estate. They keep sacrificing it over, and it enables these stacks to come through. 4 players usually towards the A side of the map. Mezzi transitioning over right now, but for now we have got Flames getting boosted up. Flashed off, not feeling it. We'll have another look. Xantares to deal with. What a battle this is. Xantares down low, doesn't do any damage in return. Once again, his round is nullified. He's 3-10 right now. The absolute star player of Aurora having 0 impact in the semi-final. And they're going back towards B.
He's normally so confident. I thought maybe he was going to take that fight and shut him down on the boost wall there, but not exactly how it played out.
Oh, Anders, this is so beautiful. Playing for that pixel gap, taking barely any damage, dropping a smoke of 40 seconds, and now you force a hand. You either run through this or you run out of time.
Or if you don't run
Take
through
your
it,
poison.
there's another smoke on the other side. Apex got one more, Henry, so they have to run through. There's no choice here. They try and flash it, but flamez,
get out of here.
Needs to knock them out. Oh, there's just no entry. Here comes the next smoke with 20 seconds. There's no choice. It's not even a hard one to make. You have to run through. If you try and wait this out, you're going to lose the round 100% of the time. They got the bomb, sure, but they're trying to see if they can even navigate their way through. They're lost in the mist right now, as if they're in some kind of a Stephen King novel. The monsters are on the other side, ready to eat all of them. The clock has run out here. Vitality defeating them with the utility.
Vitality making them look foolish right now. The fact they're in that sort of position, they still have 2 smokes remaining, and your team can't decide if you're running through or not. You're going through blind and a gray screen. There's fire on the other side, 2 players waiting for you. It wasn't even competitive, Anders. Your flashbang does nothing to Flames. He's changing his position up each and every time. He's presenting that aggression at the start of each and every round. You're too scared to fight him. He took Xantares down to 20 HP, like we said, nullified his efforts at the start, and you're just kind of acquiescing in towards the bomb site, hoping you can get something done. But it was so flat, it was so weak. Vitality continuing just to eviscerate them as Flames nose down 2 more.
How has he got away with that? He swings into the fight and they don't even get a chance to answer back. There were 2 of them waiting on the other side, by the way. He should never have been allowed. He should have been traded out there.
And that's your 2 heaviest hitters. Woxic and Xantares just gone before the round has even got going. Some damage in return, I suppose, but a 5-on-3. Rox is about to say one of the best towards a quad position. Doesn't play the crossfire, doesn't peel back towards the bomb site. He plays on the front foot. That could be a mistake. Flames is low. The next move now, very important for Aurora. It's the final round of this first half, Anders.
Yeah.
And Lord knows they need to pick this one up. 10-2 will simply not do.
Oh, is he going to walk straight?
Блин, да не зависай.
Through, Maja. I think he's on the other side. Oh, he's inside the smoke. He knows there's going to be another one thrown, so it's possible that he will just try and take a couple of steps forward. Yep, here comes the next one. Just as they throw, it's a really cool idea, Maja. You have to admire the IQ to make that play, but unfortunately, Apex still had the gun out, and he was ready. They've jumped on the other side now, but the retake is on. It's a little bit of damage here on some of these Vitality players. So it's not exactly a clean 2 versus 4.
They need this.
Yeah, if there's any dream right now for Aurora, they must win this round, but it is a very big task. I think Mezzi ran out of bullets. That's a bit awkward. Wakadia.
5 зависает.
He will still be traded out. Soulfly, he's been probably their best player so far. Maybe Wukadia slightly outdoing him, but he's in the back corner, and they're going to check everything. It's easy for Flamesy. He will pick up another kill, and it will be a 10-2 first half for Vitality.
I don't even think he saw it for a second there.
The monster is back. And it's on for the defense. They got everyone here, and Centaurus, I'll take that. That might be enough here. Woxic on top, Soulfly. Now they realize Vitality, they've walked in again to the entire army of Aurora on the other side.
Okay.
And this is enough.
Maybe a little bit messy there. Coming in from Vitality. Didn't run the default, don't fill out the map. Go for the early call. The
Там
BXQ hoping to
есть большая разница, кто за кого играет.
It's perfect. You saw them throw every
За
piece of
контров
utility
намного
as
легче,
well. It's
походу.
Woxic dodging and weaving those flashbangs. They pop the smoke open, but very well done. Managing to hold on here. That's a very important round. Manager with a 5-7 to close things out as well. And now we have a chance of a good game here. 11-3.
Oh, yeah.
Got to convert this. You're up against the Tech-9s and the Deagles. It's a week 5 of Vitality, and goodbye to ZywOo.
Listen, if you're going to be trying to do some damage here to Vitality, you need to do it before ZywOo wakes up. It's impressive to see Flamesy on top of the scoreboard like this, but you know eventually ZywOo's going to announce himself in this game. And when that happens, not sure if Aurora can really hold on the other side. You got a bit of a moment here, though, where he's actually looked mortal. They fought him straight up. I think Soulfly twice in the first half took the battle to ZywOo and actually came out on top. So you've proven that much. You've got a chance here. Madge has been dinked up in this round, but just 4 people left with pistols and not really that much else. A little bit of body armor to add to it, but this should be their round.
You would hope so. It's looking very good so far. You got that man advantage, Apex low, and it will be Wakadia. Super locked in, ready to be flashed. As soon as he detects pressure on the other side, it should be fine. The flashbang will be coming, Anders. There it is.
Oi, oi, oi. Oi, oi, oi. Oi, oi, oi.
Now they need these couple of rounds. It's full eco coming up next for Vitality. And now we're getting somewhere.
For just a second, I was worried they were going to peek him right before the flashbang got there, but it really couldn't have been any better. 4-11. No bomb plant in the last round. Damage, not really anything to discuss here. Aurora will even keep the Galils, the MP9s. They're building a pretty big bank early on, especially to get some more of these SMG kills. They're going to be filthy rich coming into some of these later rounds, and they will need that money. Vitality only 2 more rounds.
It was Woxic that couldn't really get going on that first half. You could say that for pretty much the entirety of Aurora.
Oh, yeah.
They're getting stronger now. The confidence starting to flow. This game is far from over. It's their map pick for a reason. CT specialists. Got to fend off the Glocks now, though. Keep this one clean. Keep the money strong. Perfect weapon for the job. You got that Galil. 35 bullets. Flames will answer back, but the back stab from Wakadia should be enough here. It's getting a bit messy, though, Anders. The fact you've given up 3 kills now, and the round is open against a full eco is alarming, to say the very least. Now, what's your call? Do you go back and defend the B bomb side? Do you stick together and try and retake here? They'll be able to hear Woxic rotating through CT spawn. He's making a lot of noise. Do they have a smoke? I don't think they do for the cross, and he misses his shot.
They have no armor, though, so those HEs that are left here could do some real damage. It should still be their round. There we go, grenade around the corner, but he's already backed out. Bomb's going to be planted now. I'm real nervous. Maybe settling the nerves a bit here for himself as well. Soulfly finds the last one, but I think you're absolutely right, Henry. That should have been a round that should have been very easy for Aurora, up against nothing, no armor. You're supposed to win that every single time, and it got down to the 2v2.
Yeah, that's certainly one that rattles you. Trying to get aggressive, trying to take the game to them. The Galil really not Xantares' day on the stage right now. He's looking weak, looking uncomfortable. They need him if they're going to recover this, but excellent work from Woxic. He is starting to wake up. Soulfly to confirm the victory. If there was a smoke available on the T side there, they get it down in spawn, they would have been in a lot of trouble. Thankfully, just a Molotov. And we see it get into the first gun round here of the second half. 11-5. Can they keep it going? Bear in mind that being an expensive round will cost them dearly going forward here. ZywOo leading the way towards the top of Banana. Tucks himself into the barrels. Grenades being exchanged. It's Woxic towards top of mid with the AWP right now. Nice grenade, at least tickles away at Vitality.
Okay, they got Xantares over here as well, so a really big defense to begin with. You mentioned Madja being good in this position, but Wakadia, he's also an absolute champion right now, playing this banana position on the CT side.
Nice nade. Very nice nade.
That'll do it. They're so far behind on utility damage. Probably feels pretty good to get a little bit of that back right now.
And there's another one for Halfwall here. Madja, this bounces right behind the Halfwall. If they're there, he can double nade it, Anders. This could be huge. Mezzi might be going down off this nade alone. One grenade could find Mezzi. If he deploys it now, it's a kill. He missed it.
Oh! It's supposed to hit the arch and bounce down.
He missed it.
He missed both of them, in fact, and now it's on for the B bomb side. That could come back to haunt him. They saw the opportunity. That would have killed maybe a couple of players there.
That lineup is designed to do 50 damage towards the Halfwall.
Yeah.
You misthrow it, you get almost nothing out of it. And he had 2 of them. One grenade would have killed Mezzi there, and instead they use that opportunity, knowing that grenade lineup, you have to be vaulted up. They pounce through and just dominate the bomb side. That is such a shame.
Yeah, Counter-Strike is a game of margins, sometimes down to the pixels. It probably was in that moment. If he hits it a little bit lower, it hits the arch, and then it bounces right down. This is what we're talking about.
Mezzi would have died, 100%. Even from one of those grenades, it would have killed him. Oh, you hate to see that. You really do.
Yeah, that's going to go down as one of the big what-ifs to the semi-final.
And that's what the desk will be talking about. You can't afford to make any mistakes against Vitality. Those small details are what makes them the best team. They don't make those sort of mistakes ever. They're the masters of utility, and it's a huge part of their game and a massive part of why they're so successful. That grenade was good. This one,
oh no,
an absolute stinker.
What a replay, though, that we are getting here. You see how close that is.
And you know exactly where Matt is going to be at that point as well.
I'm glad you brought that up. They don't have to think. They don't have to wonder, oh, is he going to be playing? So, like, they know exactly where he's going to be. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. It's 12-5. Vitality a round away from taking away their opponent's map pick.
Oh, yes.
Aurora, they are in a lot of trouble right now. They said at the start even, they need everyone here. It's got to be the entire team that shows up. I think Wakadia is pulling his weight right now. Soulfly, given how inexperienced he is at this stage, he's actually playing pretty well. We need Centaurus. We need Woxic to hit some more shots. It's got to be all of them.
This happened in the EPL finals as well. Antares bottom fragged in the best-of-5 grand final, and it's happening again here in the semis. 6-14. Where is the Terminator? Completely offline right now. There is still a chance, Anders. I know that's a ridiculous statement, but 7 rounds on the CT side, it's not impossible. But maybe when the GOAT is hitting those sort of shots, it might already be over. Woxic goes down. Flashbang comes over. Wakadia fighting for his life. 2 players to deal with. They know there's one more. That flashbang had to come from somewhere. It's down to the in-game leader. Can he fend them off?
It's just him here alive, and he's not going to be alive for long. Mezzi will take him down.
Oh, he missed the nade on the pop of the smoke.
He did indeed.
There's another one.
Oh, this is not what you want to see. He done it again. I can't believe it. Soulfly the one to go down.
Too many mistakes.
Feels like Centaurus is melting, not to the molten steel, but to the stage lamps right now.
They did double smoke it, to be fair. I will note that it was a double smoke, so...
Okay, fair. Oh, Wakadia as well. I don't know if you caught it, but he peeks out. There was a second player that was flashed by the barrels. That Wakadia, just in the chaos of that situation, he didn't realize. I think he could have had the second kill there, and that might have changed a little bit for the defense. But there's nothing to do right now. Centaurus, they've already planted over on the A-bomb side. He's trying to get closer. It's a 1 versus 4 for the map, and it will be Vitality looking easy on this one as they pick up Inferno in a 13-5 fashion. That is just so convincing.
You can't ask for much more than that, Anders. That's as good as it gets. We talked about the utility, the coordination, the star power as well, and the fact you're not even relying on ZywOo. He bottom frags that game as they go 13-5. It's all about Flames. He may be on roof for the MVP medal at this tournament. He's playing so well right now. And the thing is, where is Zantares? Where is Woxic? We need those guys to step up. That's their map pick, and they're getting absolutely dominated on the server right now. It does not look good going forward.
No, it really doesn't. What a hard game to start with here. Early in the day, still the semifinals, but yeah, Vitality, they look exactly how you'd want them to be able to win another trophy.
They do indeed, and I'm standing by with Apex here. You smashed through Aurora on their map pick. It just felt like another day in the office for Vitality.
Well, yeah, I think we came prepared, and we did a really good city side, to be honest. I think we had the upper hands on the whole rounds, and we knew what they were doing, so I think overall it was pretty cool, and yeah, we played great.
Nuke next, your pick, of course. So you're looking to close this series out nice and easily in 2 and book your spot in that grand final.
Yeah, I mean, when you're Vitality, your goal is to win every event, and that's what we're trying to do. No, yeah, they changed the veto. They had to try out something because last few times it didn't work for them to play another pass. So here we go on Nuke, and let's see how it goes.
All right. All right, thank you very much. Best of luck.
Thank you.
Apex referencing the veto that
С интернетом беда. Беда. Так, поужинать надо. Чем бы поужинать? Чем бы поужинать? Так, если я VPN выключу, мне интересно это. Поломается или нет? Стрим поломается у меня или нет? Ой, как темно стало. Куда делся мой свет? Ладно, выключу.
Outside of Zawu, inside Vitality, winning an MVP. And I don't think that has ever happened before. Now, I even had a bold take saying that I don't think it's ever going to happen, because Zawu is just so good and so reliable in playoffs that he will always be putting himself out there. And with what Flames is doing and with his position and what he's, bringing to the team, this is a massive performance. And I think he's on the verge of actually doing what I thought would be impossible.
I have to look at the stats again after this particular map because that's a good graphic, by the way. but looking before this game, I brought it up in the pregame. Flamesy's numbers are practically the same in terms of kills per round and damage per round as ZywOo in 2022.
Yeah.
And ZywOo has just been a nearly flawless top 3 player his entire career ever since he hit tier 1. For them to get a second guy like this today is just so absurd. I feel like if he actually pulls this off, if he's actually able to capture an MVP, I kind of hope in a weird way that it doesn't change the conversation, because for my money, ZywOo is the best player of this year so far. I have no doubt about that. There was a conversation last year, but if Flamesy gets that one MVP, I don't think that actually undermines ZywOo's greatness as much as some naysayers may think.
But look also at ZywOo's 2026. Like, he's been massive. He's had a phenomenal year so far. Like, Flames is even putting up the same numbers as him right now. That is absolutely absurd. I mean, there's still a gap between them, surely, but what he's doing right now, that's absolutely incredible.
Well, then it begs the question that if you guys were to predict who might be MVP of this tournament, what exactly would you say, and what do you think Polymarket might have in the chances of that?
Well, looking at this one here about will any team beat them, I don't think it's getting any more favorable than now. Like, it's gonna be really tough. Aurora already lost one of their chances. To me, if in this series, Dupree, for Aurora to win it or have any chance, I thought it needed to happen on Inferno.
100%.
Like, it needed to start there.
There's no way back. Yeah. I think it's over as we would go, right? I think you do need to look at the other side of the bracket to try and find a team, obviously, that can actually beat them out, right? I think Na'Vi or Paravision has a way better shot at doing than Aurora, but that's gotta wait for tomorrow.
Look, the odds might be low, but it's never zero, right? There is always that chance, and it does change a lot because we're always getting more information, trying to change things of what we might want to be predicting here. And whilst my desk might think it's already over, there is still another map that we get to look forward to. So we're gonna go to break on the other side. We'll see if Vitality are able to keep that streak and that map win streak alive for themselves. turning our eyes towards Nuke now with Vitality 1 map advantage in this best of 3, looking towards that grand finals. And right now they're probably licking their lips just being so close to it. But on the other side of Aurora, you want to bounce back now. You want to be able to have a fighting chance on making it to that grand final.
What was so disappointing for Aurora there on Inferno probably has to be summed up not only with the round total, but with Xantares' individual performance. Admittedly, he was the victim of more shrapnel than I think anybody has ever been in this kind of environment. I mean, he was just eating nades and Molotovs left and right, so I can't blame the guy. But this is a map where he has more opportunities for himself. Fighting towards that outside yard of Nuke is going to be more open. He's going to have more chances, going to be able to work around the smokes of Vitality. He needs to punch back in this one if we don't want another slaughter.
Fair play to Aurora to try and go for a different kind of map now. The fact that they didn't want to go against Overpass, which is the two maps that they have faced off against Vitality latest. Now going into Nuke, it's not something that looks good on the paper. I think that Vitality is sitting at 100% win rate, and we also look at the side of Aurora. They have looked pretty bad on Nuke lately, so I don't think there's anything forward that would put me in a position where I feel Aurora is making it back into the series. And that just solely comes down to what I've seen in the first map. Aurora is not present right now, but Vitality, they're here to make grand finals.
To be fair, we could say they have a 100% win map on a lot of different maps, and so we're hoping that Nuke is going to be different. And we don't know exactly how it's going to play out. We can only say what we want to see. I know everyone wants to see a map number 3, but for now, we get all the hype and action of Nuke.
Yes, thank you very much, guys. The second map is around the corner. It is going to be Nuke, and I agree with Maui, an absolute slaughter on Inferno. We didn't see much output there from Xantares, from Woxic. They need to step it up. Do you feel like there's a chance of a comeback here, Anders, or is it just a foregone conclusion we get the 2-0?
You know, I would love for nothing more to be wrong on this one, but I can't imagine. We said we needed everybody to step it up on that first map, and they really didn't. Half the team was missing. Inferno did not go their way. We do need this Nuke to start strong. I need a pistol round from Aurora. I need more than anything in the world Xantares to be ready for this one. Otherwise, there won't even be a match to talk about. We're heading into it now, ladies and gentlemen. Rotterdam! Are you ready?
I know I am, Anders. It's that CT start we've got for Aurora. We need to see so much more. It will set the tone. The round in front of us right here. If they can make this work with the USPs and fend off Vitality, they might stand a chance. It all starts with Xantares, and down he goes. But Woxic with that P2000, he has managed to bring it back to an even kill, but not for long.
Look at Flamesy. He's run the whole... They don't know. He sprinted to this position, and they never realized. What boldness for him. Oh, that's a shot and a half, isn't it, Madja?
Okay, this round is still on.
Sends Robs flying, yeah, head over heel. That might be something here. Soulfly is still on top. I feel like he's held his cool very well under the pressure so far. A headshot's what's needed right now, but Flames, he's playing with him, toying with him on the other side. And there's still a minute on the clock. Oh, he's so in the open. Mezzi sends him to an early grave. And Madja...
He's out of secret.
Yeah, he's got an HE, but...
Good luck, I suppose.
Even with a smoke kit combination, they're never going to let you onto the site here.
He's got an HE. I love your optimism, Anders.
I'm trying all the time. I want to, I want to construct some kind of a story here. I'm on industrial levels of copium to try and see if I can find a way to get Aurora back in this game. Madja trying to do the exact same thing. Probably more likely to see than I am. He's swinging around the corner. Bomb already ticked so far, and Mezzi finding the third kill here. Very, very well done. Vitality, it's another pistol round to them.
It's all about Flames once again. Only gets one kill, but sabotages the back lines. They had no idea. He snuck his way down. Opening kill once more. Xantares down with nothing. And you can see the pressure being applied in the pathing as well. Just getting into that ladder room so quickly in towards hell, causing chaos. It's Flames, Mezzi. This once again making it look so comfy. We've got the force spike. It can be possible on Nuke to make this work. Lots of close-range encounters. SMGs can prevail. They've gone for no 5.7s. They've gone for a Scouts, 4 MP9s, and very little to no utility remaining. Vitality, though, slowing things down, and it looks like we're setting up an upper execution, Anders. Think about double Molotovs towards the bomb site floor on top of the hut, 4 flashbangs coming through the windows, and then everyone breaking through in towards the upper bomb site. That's what we're expecting. Looks very likely that's exactly what we're going to get.
Well, you've drawn the entire outline of the strategy here for us, Henry. Best I can say is good luck right now to anyone holding this bomb site. Fire is everywhere. Madja, that's actually really well done. He gets the first one. He almost kills Saiwu as well. Scout is in the back headshot. That was Saiwu low from earlier. Madja, he might have done enough in this one. Rops and Mezzi trying to bring it back into the round. Rops, how does he live?
He knows it's the ramp player.
He's got 5 bullets. There's no helmet on Soulfly. 5 bullets is enough. And if Aurora weren't already crushed, losing to 1 Mac 10 might just do it. Oh! Robin Cool!
You painted the picture perfectly, Anders. 6 HP, 5 bullets in a Mac 10. Nothing but a headshot will do. Perfectly played. And ice cold from Robin Cool once again. How does he keep doing it? You think after this sequence on Woxic, that's got to be enough. And the Mac 10.
Sickening, isn't it?
Out of position. Looks like he's done for. Just 1 bullet from Soulfly wins them the round. It was a must-win. It felt like they needed that. What is the response? Madja has got the answers. Boosted up towards outside. He'll at least take down Apex here. A 5-on-4. Vitality are wounded, but they're not done yet. A beautiful opening kill. But they just don't have the Kevlar, they don't have the utility. They need to make a maneuver, and they've chosen the ramp from it. Up against that Mac 10 once again. They are getting mowed down. Massive damage. Madja down to 4 points of health, looking for another 1-dig. Flashed off the angle.
You started the conversation, Henry, about Flamesy being a potential MVP for the tournament. Overtaken Saiwu. He's doing everything he can to prove you right at the moment. He was a demon on that opening map and not looking to slow down anytime soon. You can see the confidence in every step, every fight that he takes.
I'm still blown away by Rops. He is the absolute master of lurking around on Nuke. Everyone knows it. Those sort of clutches are his bread and butter, but Soulfly, he knew where he was. Rops have been nameplated towards Upper already.
Yeah.
There's only a couple of places he can be, and he read the exact play. He comes out. He's got the crosshair there ready. He got the first bullet off as well, Anders, and he couldn't land one. A single bullet anywhere on the body wins the round.
That's enough.
And 5 bullets, 6 HP. Rops comes out on top. Xantares keeps sinking to the bottom. He cannot get anything done this series whatsoever. Rops will find him. Molotov into Madja. Bear in mind, 1 tick will take him down. That's neither here nor there. Flames will find him. Arcadia, MP9. A 3-0 completely locked in.
And the discipline here. They know that Aurora didn't have a lot in this round, but they still slow play it. That's Flamesy now with 4 kills. The Mac 10, he's made a ton of money on top. Very thin margins in this game for defeating Vitality. They're getting blown up. We talked about the HE on Inferno that missed the wall, and then now against Rops, a bullet of difference between losing and winning the round. You make any mistake, you give them even an inch, and that's it. The round is over and done with.
It really could come back to haunt them. Soulfly not winning that 1v1. If they don't get going on the CT side, that was a golden ticket opportunity. He had 100 HP. It was the lack of helmet, as you pointed out, that led to his demise. The only way Rops could win was an instant headshot with the Mac 10.
Crushing, isn't it? Absolutely crushing. But here we are. Round number 4 now kicking up. We got Woxic on the AWP. And he wasn't necessarily bad on Inferno. They just get beat a lot, but he actually did land some pretty decent shots. That flashbang, it's just threw into Arcadia. Madja up on top of the hut. The A-bomb side's lost already. Woxic, I think he can stand tall on this one. Flamesy sees the opportunity, and he will take it as well. Another double kill for him. He's up to 7-1.
Just getting thrown around like ragdolls now. Rops really is one of the true masters of Nuke. And you can see why. His timing, his gut feeling, his instinct, whatever you want to call it. Dropping the Molotov, dropping the smoke, running through the utility, catching them when they're juggling grenades in their hand. They're completely blind. This is the best looking Counter-Strike team of all time. Every facet of the game is pitch perfect. You can't poke any holes in it.
Yes, it's hard not to argue that right now. Even on the first map, even without Saiwu, fine, you've got the best player in the world on your team. That's not how they're winning. They don't need that. That's a luxury that they're keeping in the background if things start to go off the rails, but the rest of the team, they're firing on all cylinders.
Good news is the AWP has recovered.
Okay,
So there's something to work with going forward. With the loss bonus, it should be fine. But look at the flashbang setup. It's ZywOo with a flash. Molotov to flush out the CT bed. Ropz just has to focus on the bomb site floor and focusing on headshots as well, of course, as well. Beautiful stuff. Excellent execution.
Yeah.
And Maja, yeah, he's feeling the struggle out there. They're getting nothing done. They need one of those miracle rounds here, Anders, and I think we're changing the pace. Full speed ahead for Mezzi and Koz. They come through that squeaky door.
No respect. They want to crush Aurora right now. They're down the vents. They've got the bomb with them as well. They're going to be able to start very, very fast out here, but maybe the first mistake that we've seen. Apex, I think he had an opportunity to win that fight.
5 on 3.
Okay. So
no kits.
This is a round you have to win. Even that defuse kit, right? It doesn't really get a lot better than this, but already starting to throw some doubts into it as ZywOo picks up the first kill on Macardia.
And he's cut off that rotation point now. They can't go down secret, but he's already gone back towards the lobby. Now he's controlling the vent. Ropz with the decon door, a 5 on 3, evaporating before their very eyes. They have no kit. Woxic and Zantares, I think, yeah, they have to call it off. Another gut punch of a round. You have all those openers and still nowhere near the victory. Woxic has to hold on to the orb. Can he do it? Ropz is coming for him.
Why wouldn't he? Grenade in the back makes it look easy. They die to the bomb. I don't think they care. They have so much money on the T side. It's not really a factor at the moment. A 5 on 3, and it doesn't even look competitive to Vitality that have 3 alive. They look like that was just another day in the office here.
Opening kill from Zantares through the smoke while blind. You take that all day long. Soulfly in transition, catch the team game leader, but as I mentioned, ZywOo getting that kill, cuts off rotation towards Seeker. They'll be too scared to even go down there anymore. He goes back to lobby, same story towards event, catches the perfect timing as they're trying to descend down towards lower, and it's just perfect play once again. ZywOo didn't do too much in Inferno, didn't really have to with his teammates stepping up, but that's an excellent round, perfectly timed, takes his total up to 3 and 3 right now. But his Flames once again almost at the top. He's 7 and 3, Ropz 8 and 2. We need to see some rounds right here, right now from Aurora. They have the orb once again. Woxic normally very good on nuke. CT side, he's known for being aggressive, dynamic, nimble around the map. He likes to...
Ой, так, что у нас тут в нюке? Vitality 5. Это печально. Но ожидаемо.
They got a tiny bit done on the opening map. That was their own pick. Now we're on the home ground for Vitality. Nuke, they do some of their best work here. They have some absolute experts. How do you find any kind of a crack in the armor here is the question.
It's a very good question. Smoke's being deployed towards outside. All a bit of a ruse, though. We just have Apex that'll be utilizing them. He'll try and get down towards Seeker. Suggest a ramp take, Anders. Lower splits. Haven't seen too much activity towards the ramp so far. They'll be setting up those pop flashes towards the ramp room and trying to get the backstab with Apex. They've got a nice setup here. They've read this well. 2 players in towards the ramp. It's down to Zantares and at AK. He needs 2, Anders.
All eyes on him right now. The distraction is in. He's got Woxic there. If they can't hold this, there's nothing to fight for. And they will get the first couple of headshots there. Soulfly will take down Ropz. Apex was waiting for the breakthrough on the other side. He wanted to be a little bit late to look in. But now that that hasn't happened, they've changed their minds. We've already seen one 5v3 go the way of Vitality. Another one, it will be criminal here, and it starts with Apex finding Zantares. How is he beating him with an AK outside? I don't know. Macardia on the bomb site. They've got Madger on the hut. It's still a very tight defense. It shouldn't be quite open, but it might be anyway. Madger trying the best that he can to save his team, but down below. There's nobody here. Mezzi, do not underestimate him.
Mezzi is the master of the clutch, let me tell you. He thrives in this sort of round. He knows what he has to do.
They're right on top of him by the door as well. He knows it. Let's see what he can do here. It's not going to be enough. Fortunately, so tapping away at the back line. And we'll take down Mezzi. Aurora get their first round on the board. They need everything they can get right now.
That was another 5 on 3 though, Anders. It almost fell apart for them. It was looking very promising. They clean it up quite nicely towards the end, but you can see they're stressed. We said that he needed a couple of kills here towards the ramp. They had 3 players there. Soulfly, Zantares, and Woxic. Still an uncomfortable finish. Apex cracked things open. ZywOo made things uncomfortable. Nice work from Madger. If Mezzi hits one of those taps towards the ramp room, he wins that round, let me tell you. He knew where the second player was coming from as well. So sure, you get the first on the board here, but still tension running high on the Aurora camp. They've got the orb for Woxic again. Very important round here. You can break the finances of Vitality. Of course, they have no loss bonus going forward, so you need to make sure you convert this one. Woxic outside, and it's a Mac 10 for Mezzi. Hoping to find some players without helmets here. There's only Maja.
Okay, it's good on the helmet watch. We'll keep it in mind if it comes down to a 1v1 that could still make a difference here. Xantares, he's hearing the footsteps, he's calling it. You can see on the microphone there, he's yelling it out to Woxic, saying there is someone out here, and the shot being fired is not, it could be a kill, but it's just to try and distract. They want to make sure that no one's checking Xantares.
They've got Wacardia down towards Secret as well. They're expecting outside play, but Woxic goes down. Apex ready for the fight, and Flames will be striking from the silo. A 3-on-3. Vitality will take that all day long. The defense is stretched very thin at this stage as well, and Robs is using that information to sneak around the map, start the lurk, and sniff out CT defenders down towards lower. It's Wacardia he's looking for, but can he find him?
He is one of the most enigmatic players for this exact reason. You lose track of Robs on the map, and you know it's not going to end well. Now, the glass is still intact.
They can try and use a grenade to try and sound the cue of the sound crack of the window crack here.
True. See if they can time it well enough.
I think it's with the flash. I think they did it with the flash.
Yeah, you're right.
I don't think they know either.
Oh, this could be deadly, but there's another flank coming in here. Maja, maybe a little bit early. Didn't quite have a crosshair in the right position. Fox running down low. Oh, this ramp defense. This should be enough for jump around the corner. Wacardia, he gets the first one. Robs comes in.
And you know where Maja is. You've already seen him.
That late flank. He's already down here. Could he do anything to stop them here? He is the captain. He's going to go down with the ship in this round. Opens the door. The spray is not great, but he will get the job done, and that's all we care about. There's no time in the round. Is he actually planted the bomb?
I don't think he can.
I think he ran out of time for this one. It will be Aurora to time. They win the round. Maja, he's stepping up when they need him.
It's not clean. It's not pretty, but they get the job done. It's Maja once again saving the day. Shutting down the finances for Vitality. It comes down to the milliseconds there. They knew where he was, but he made the perfect rotation. Through that squeaky door, down towards the double. It's an open plant, and it looked like another horror show of a round for Aurora. But there's just no time. It needs to reach 4 on the clock for it to go down, and there just wasn't enough there. Aurora desperately needed that. It is not going to be a force fight this time from Vitality. Just the saved AK for Robs. Takes heavy damage en route towards the hut position. You've got to convert this. There's no way you can afford to give this round up if you're Aurora right now. Has to be a victory for them.
If they can win this round without too many casualties, it might be the first time that we could see Aurora in this semi-final take something like a deep breath and feel like they have some influence over this game. Because Vitality been dictating every single round up until this point. It's never been easy. Everything has been a battle. But now it's an opportunity. Maybe the first one that they have. Wacardia gets a long spray. You don't get the kill. All right, the USBs come out, and he gets the job done. That should be... Oh, wait a minute.
It's a one-on-one, dude.
It's a one-on-one. Flamesy, how did he get the kill on Xantares?
He's got an M4 as well.
I don't know. He's got 12 and 5. He somehow danced onto the bomb site. Got kills in every direction. And now Soulfly, you must get this retake. The team needs you. He's backing up. He doesn't have any body armor.
No kit.
Well, that's the problem, isn't it? That's the crucial difference here. Soulfly.
Flamesy's got to make him play himself here.
Oh, the kit's on the upside. That's so gutting. It's close, but there's a flaw between him and the kit right now.
He's panicking. He knows he's got
it so
it.
well. I think he's in his brain. You're absolutely right, Flamesy. He's done enough 10-second defuse on the other side. We're down to 5 now, and he's timed it perfectly. He does get the kill, Soulfly, but it won't matter. Flamesy with a 1 versus 2, the bomb plant on top, and he fakes it out towards the end and stops that defuse.
That one hurts. That one hurts so
Added
bad.
to the list.
That's one of those rounds you're up against a saved AK, a couple of upgraded pistols. As you mentioned, Flames without even Kevlar there. That's a thinking man's clutch. He knew he would have Soulfly panicking. He had no kit, no information, and his upper rush is absolutely everything.
Look at Xantares, he's coming in like he just has no impact. I know we've been saying it. Xantares, 1 kill and it's done. Oh my God, 6-2.
Such a nice round from Flames as well. Not the flashiest clutch, but certainly one of the most impressive. Like I said, you allowed Soulfly to play himself.
Yeah. Well, think about what a big switch up it is from how Flamesy's been playing, right? Because he's been so aggressive hunting, and he can change the pace of his own game in a matter of seconds, suddenly he's passive, he's elusive. Very, very hard to do, especially when you're hitting all these shots. But he knew not to fight Soulfly. Bomb is making its way down the hallways. There's only one defender. If they get Woxic right here, then there's not a lot of round to fight with here.
The thing is, they can take away his vision now. It will call for rotations. Wicardia will join them, and he's actually done pretty well, to be fair to him. But 1-for-1 with no further damage doesn't really help out their case too much. Apex patrolling the extremities. In terms of, you can see the rotations down towards lower now. I don't think they finish up there. I would say after showing this early presence with that Molotov, they go back in towards upper, finish around there, knowing that gamble stacks have to happen, and I think that's what you're going to see. All of Aurora have gone down towards lower. It's perfectly played. You got ZywOo to stop the backstab. He'll hold secret, but we're going in towards the upper bomb site, and it should be a foregone conclusion here. As long as they patrol the vents effectively, should be no problem, and Aurora are starting to realize what's happened. Just another great call from Apex here. The mid-rounds have been very impressive. Knowing what you're up against, knowing that there's early presence down there towards lower, you can take his vision away, apply pressure towards Woxic. He's got a call for backup, and it comes in spades, but at that point, they've already vacated the premises. They're watching every rotation. Robs, as you might expect, perfectly positioned. Job's done.
Surely you're going to be saving the rest of the guns here.
They need the rounds, though. They'll give it a look.
Okay, well, let's see if they could even find anything. They do have Santaris down there with the AK, but giving that one up, it could be very painful. And I think they realize they're kind of getting pushed out as well. The grenades are going down towards Mini. Not a lot of positions left. Yeah, they're backing on out. It's going to be 7 rounds to Vitality. This is a very comprehensive victory right now for Vitality. They've never even been tested, it feels like.
Just absolute peak calling from Apex.
Yeah. I guess that's one of the benefits of having him lurk out in the yard like that. Okay, a funny moment.
Take it. Doesn't matter too much yet. Firing on all cylinders, everyone feeling good. Don't even need ZywOo in his final form here. Pretty average by his standards. Pretty pedestrian. They don't need him to be going supersonic right now.
No, they don't. They got Flimsy leading the charge. Rops up there as well.
Tension mounting. Aurora can feel this one slipping away. The dreams of taking down Vitality and booking themselves a place in another grand final looks very unlikely at this moment. You've already been battered and bruised on your map pick. You're now on Vitality's turf, and they are not slowing down. They're even killing each other.
Yeah. Aurora how to do it. Santaris, we're still waiting. It feels like we're going to be waiting until it's too late.
Got the AK again, Anders. I'll say that. The Terminator's best weapon.
That's where he does all the work. He's outside there. Not going to be pushing up to the silo. He tried that in the previous round, and it was Flamesy to shut him down from that high ground position. Hearing some of the Aurora fans, I think, in the background, trying to cheer the team back online.
They're going to need them now.
Yeah, more than ever.
The game's not over. If Aurora can find 5 rounds here, they can bring this one back. They can be a tenacious team, but they need those 5 rounds. Round number 10, very important here, Anders. We're creeping everyone across, and Santaris is coming to life. Takes down the Danger Man Flames. Has he got anything left in the tank here? They need to convert this 4-on-5 advantage.
And what a gift it is. You find the first one through the smoke. He did take a lot of damage in the return. And Rops is now putting on the pressure and distracting from the fact that they're down the B hallways. And there's not a single defender down there. We know what they can do in a 3v5 Vitality, but still a 4-on-5 right now. Only now Soulfly is starting to walk down the ramp and get close to the B bomb site. He's very exposed right now. Don't go behind. He's going to be dead. He could be dead in a second here. 3 people on the other side. There we go. Spray is actually not bad. But Messi still takes him. And now Rops on the lurk. Again, finding the kill on the high ground there. Santaris nowhere is safe.
It's ridiculous. Mezzi continues to frag here at 2 versus 1. ZywOo, the GOAT, to step up, can't turn quick enough. And it will be Maja once again winning another clutch here on the lower bomb site. It finds them their 3rd.
I've seen these Aurora games way too many times where Maja is the one that's trying to save the team. And it's a really cool story. It's just not how you want this team to play.
No, definitely not. It seems to happen all too often as well.
Yeah.
And that's nice from Xantares. It's a fortunate spray for a smoke, though. That's not the aim display.
No.
That's not the soldier we expect to be stepping up and mowing them down and finding the taps. That's just a nice fortunate spray for the smoke. Fire enough, we'll take that. But we need to see him get to his final form. Still has the AK here. Needs to show some confidence, some assertive play. Can't just be a couple of kills through the smoke every now and then.
Honestly, that 7-5 is looking more likely right now. Again, the money's not great here for the Vitality side.
Every time. And it's Xantares gone again. What? This time he's gone through the smoke.
They're dropping like flies out in the yard. They're not even getting a chance to answer back here. It's another kill. Soulfly not expecting the push. He's been so fast, Flamesy, all half long.
Now you just pump the brakes. You know they have to play themselves. They are desperate for information, looking for anything. Both players down towards lower. ZywOo with a bomb, vaulting up to the heavens, playing like a god, as you might expect. Apex, even if he goes down here, there's so much discipline, doesn't even go further than Secret. He knows they're probably trying to save their weapons, holding on to their AKs here, giving nothing away until the bomb is planted, and still going through all the protocols here, making sure no mistakes are made. No one's hunting, no one's letting off the leash. It's just going to be comprehensive counter-strike.
I know we're talking about it all the time. It sounds like all we're doing is praising Vitality, but what do you want? There's not much else we can talk about, and you're absolutely right.
That smoke goes down. It covers Squeaky Door and the vent.
Yeah.
So any little plan you had to sneak up there, completely shut down. No one's home. Round over, 8-3. The hunt will be called once the bomb is planted. And there's just nothing you can do. You have to try and save here.
They've had them close to the brink of the economy on the Vitality side a couple of times. Aurora, they could have had some rounds where they were up against nothing but Glocks, and every time they get close, every time there's an opportunity to manufacture some sort of a lead here for Aurora, they end up throwing it away. They get cut down in the yard this time. ZywOo and Apex with a couple of opening kills, and again, just want to point it out, Flamesy pushing so deep on the map that the CTs are not ready. You could see Soulfly was coming in on this side. He had no idea that Flamesy was going to be there. Individually, he's let off the leash, and they don't know where to find him. 8 now. Vitality. Man, what team is going to bring them down? On the other side of the bracket, Parivision and Na'Vi. Who is going to be able to stop this?
Maybe it's only James. Maybe he's the only man for the job. Off-meta Counter-Strike, a different style.
I mean, he's got close on both Mirage and Inferno lately, so you may be all right. I don't think it's a bad idea. Aurora do not look like they have the answer. We're going into round number 12, and it's been a very one-sided opening half here. Vitality up to 8, Aurora just with 3.
Here we go.
Scout kill. Oh, but it's immediately turned back. I love it from Woxic, but they can't hold on to the lead once again.
Doesn't really do much for them in the 4-on-4, especially when they have the lesser weaponry. It's going to be Flames trying to find some space on the map here.
Again.
Bravely walking through the smoke, knowing they're taking down Woxic, and wow, Maja, you've been absolutely owned, my friend. Final round of this first half, we're looking for 9-3, Anders.
The freedom that Flamesy has to make this move is just crazy. Oh, he might find a free kill if he's kept on looking, but will miss the opportunity. But the fact that he's back here, there's nobody watching up here right now. He might just be raining down
from above.
Exactly right, Henry. There we go. It's a quick death at least for Xantares. He never even really knew what hit him there. And Wakandia now in the mini position. You need a headshot right now. He's going to do pretty well, but it also reveals him. And they know where Soulfly's playing. They know that he's anchoring that ramp position. So it's not going to be a big surprise. They have all the information. They've got the man lead. Vitality are really taking no hostages in this semi-final. It's beautiful Counter-Strike. There's almost nothing you can criticize for them right here. There is a kit on Wakandia, but in round number 12, no one's going to be running away from that bomb, and he's already low on health, trying to get up onto the rafters here. Flamesy getting another kill, and now Soulfly poking away towards the Messi will take them down. Truly fantastic Counter-Strike being shown here on the big stage by Vitality.
Шуточки, блин.
Hey guys, Jacob Pimp Vinegar here. Do you think you know enough about Counter-Strike to win your fair share of $15,000?
Напрягаешься. Что ты напрягаешься? Есть. Блин. Кто придумал этот репозиторий, блин? Вы что творите?